Nobody does it better. Salute, Wally. Just letting some folks fall through. We're about to get this going. Chaos, salute. Yeah, we about to get into it today. Closer than close, yeah. Original, they never will be. We bumping from coast to coast, yeah, yeah. We just trying to make you see. Nobody does it better. Oh. All right. My track's almost done. 5 minutes. We got some folks rolled in here. Black men, y'all about to be real upset with what I'm about to drop on us. I know I was when I did it. Here we go. Y'all ready for this? Let me turn this music off in the background. So, it's your boy, the insurance junkie, your fiduciary fella, the all-star advisor, Alonzo Hall. And I've returned today to talk to specifically black men being trash. And it's sad that we are in the condition that we are in. Economically, we're trash. And that's doing a lot to drag us as a whole down. So I told y'all I joined the Solar Vision Debate League, and my debate was supposed to be last Monday, but however, it never occurred. Now, I also was on the airwaves last night on TPOT's channel, and Lil Big Nate and I think it was Keep It Techie were having a debate, and I was highly disappointed. That debate was fucking garbage. It sounded like two drunk niggas yelling back and forth at each other, and these men speak very clear, concise sentences. So to hear two niggas yelling back and forth at each other like street dudes and fucking idiots pissed me off. Give me 1 second there. I got a phone call coming. Sorry, y'all. I had to handle that quick business call. You know, that type of stuff goes down in the town where we at. But so what I want to explain is that us black men, man, in this whole situation, we are looking very trash right now. And it's really starting to piss me off. Hold on, I'm gonna get some folks to slide through who definitely are gonna want to see this as well. Let me send this to them. And now we going. Okay? So are we this trash, black men? Really? Like I said, it has a lot to do with socioeconomic status. And that debate with TPOT last night was fucking garbage, and it pissed me all the way off. Because we can't be sitting here. I have no clue what the fuck I don't even know what they were debating about. Now, if we're going to have an intellectual space and we're going to debate, we shouldn't be debating ad hominem, etc., etc. Now, I told y'all I signed up with the Solar Vision Debate League because there's a man by the name of Complex Salute. What's going on, brother? There's a man by the name of Taz Exclusives, the Goats, who comes through here and drags a lot of the men in the manosphere. Personal feelings aside, I don't really care about that. But as a black man, when I see shit like that, especially intellectually, and y'all are doing garbage like that, it hurts. So we're going to get right into it right now. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you. And we're going to read my debate that was set up for the Solar Vision Debate League. Okay? And right here is my premise. Now, I should also let you know, I am anti-interracial dating in real life. Personally, I feel black people should be, I don't believe in race mixing personally. I have a black wife, we're going to have some black babies, and I'm blackity black, y'all. However, growing up, my mother had to date white men. Okay? Now, in this argument, even though my personal feelings are against this, the debate was, should black women solely date black men, or should they consider, or is it better to date out? This is scheduled for September 27th, 2021. Now, this is how you do a debate. This is my premise for the debate. I ain't gonna sit there and attack, oh, this motherfucker, blah, 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 blah. This is how you debate. So my overview and purpose. My argument is to show that it is more advantageous and likely better for black women to consider dating out as opposed to solely dating American black men. This does include non-American black men. Therefore, my stance is pro-divestment for black women. Do you see how fucking clear that is? Anybody who looks at this can see exactly what my stance is and understand what the argument is. Now, again, my personal feelings, I absolutely am against this. I think black women should solely date black men in my personal feelings. And I think black men should solely date black women in my personal feelings. But for this debate, we're arguing facts and figures. So my key argument points. 1, I'll be arguing from the stance of sheer population. That's available men versus available women. The reason I'm doing this debate like this is because my debate got rescheduled, and with the way life is going, I ain't going to have time to dedicate to do more debates with the debate league, unfortunately. 2, I will be arguing from the stance of socioeconomic mobility. That's income and net worth, as well as the ability to gain, build, grow, and pass on assets and resources. I will also be arguing from the stance of education and marriage or legacy. Due to the prior topic points, the total argument is from a collective or a majority, meaning 51% or more of the existing population. My overall objective will be to show that from the major 3 key argument points, divestment is a much more viable option for black women in America, due to the amount of evidence shown in history and even some from personal experience, and the overall performance of American black men being globally competitive, because we ain't. That's why I said, are black men this trash? Are we, fellas? Are we really this trash? Let's see what she says. She says, I volunteer to be your blackity black baby's YouTube auntie. Yes. You can definitely be the blackity black baby's YouTube auntie. Now, let me go ahead and share my actual argument, because that was just the premise. Now, you see how clear and concise? Anyone who follows back up can definitely understand what that debate is about. And again, I'm blackity blackity black black blackity black. But I had to do this for this debate. So, should black women divest? Presented to the Solar Vision Debate League. Created by Alonzo Hall, the All-Star Vaza. Scheduled for September 27, 2021 for the Solar Vision Debate League. In my introduction, today, I will be presenting to you, based upon population statistics, education, and socioeconomics, that black women should consider dating out or divesting, including non-American black men, as a more viable, meaning better, option than staying or solely dating American black men. Although they could conceive babies with black men and force those other dudes to be stepdaddies. I had to throw my blackity blackness in there. Since we're mad about them doing it to black men, we might as well have them do it to the men they divest. Now, according to statistics from Kevin Samuels, 1 in 4 black women will be married in their lifetime. According to blackdemographics.com, 93% of married black women are married to black American men. So, with those statistics, the simplest answer for black women overall is to divest. Without adding to the fact that black men in many spaces exclaim that 51% of black men are single and childless, we still have the effect of incarceration, whether through false allegations and an overly aggressive punishment of American black men in the system, or wanton ignorance. Black men end up incarcerated at astronomical rates. Black women already outnumber black men. As global statistics dictate, overall, women outnumber men in population. This fact shows that the pool of viable candidates whom are black, healthy, financially stable, which is subjective, successful, which is subjective, intelligent, attractive, which is subjective, have high morals and ethics and values, is even a thinner selection for black women to pick from. Now, we have the stereotype of a Madden king, a guy who sits at home and is an expert on John Madden football, or he's revving up for his next mixtape while sagging jeans and dressing in graphic tees while at the age of 40 doesn't assist in the public perception of manhood globally, which also diminishes the viable candidates. As black women have failed to take a 41-year-old man dressed like Soulja Boy in 2008 with braids down his back as a serious position of leadership. Not to mention, many of the movers and shakers and owners of these corporations that we beg to work for and don't compete against aren't going to take us seriously either. She says, yes, you have an opening statement, statistics, experience, and outline talking points. Yes, this is how a debate should be. So let me continue. Now, not that dress matters that much, as Mark Zuckerberg does wear a t-shirt and jeans as well. In 2017, 31,000 Sikh men entered into the trucking industry at one time. Meanwhile, in spaces like the Black Manosphere, we have black men who brag about owning a trucking company, Death Row Trucking LLC, bringing in a meager income of $100,000 and yet have a net worth of $2,700 minus their depreciable assets. These are real numbers. I've sat down with some of you men for real. You cannot produce enough income to compete while being a one-man operation, having to handle things like intake, dispatch, logistics, maintenance, and a host of other issues such as accounting that must be dealt with while conducting day-to-day business, and compete with a sync company such as the Singh Bros LLC, which is a fleet of 500 men with 30 trucks, so they can outbid you on a job, undercut on price, and deliver 3 times as fast, thusly creating a continuous relationship when bidding on future trucking jobs, or even given the right of first refusal on certain large deliveries. You see, I wanted to hit pain points. Look at what Raining Woman said. I can and not and will not take a man dressed like that seriously. How many 41-year-old men do we know dressed like fucking Soldier Boy? I'm bouncing back and forth because this is entertaining. But the reality is that right here you have a mother queen, a reigning woman here who's saying, I cannot and will not take a man dressed like that seriously. Do you think the guys who we got to beg for the jobs are going to take us seriously? Nah, bro. They're going to put you in the line with Glocktavius at the back of the line, getting the first one, last one hired, first one fired treatment. So let's continue. So, they're outbidding on those prices. See, I wanted to hit it where it hurts. That's why I got into the trucking world. So, when you're bidding on future trucking jobs, or even given the right of first refusal on certain large deliveries, with an entire workforce, many pressures that the one-man operations will likely drown in can be delegated and built into a system. So that one trucking company creates a pool of income and generational wealth by using things like life insurance to create business exit strategies. It also creates liquidity to give things like working capital to other Sikh men who want to start other businesses, as opposed to flexing on y'all niggas in the newest G-Wagon, even though I'm only worth $2,700. But I got that new $131,000 G-Wagon, even though, my trucking company makes $100,000 a year. Sounds ridiculous. Now, see, this can move an industry and completely protect a hypergamous woman and child. Generational wealth and family traditions hold true as well. I have a relative who was recently married to a Sikh man, and for a wedding gift, his father bought them a house in Miami, Florida. Now, remember I told you where I'm arguing from. So right now we're going to talk about economics, SES is socioeconomic status, and education. So 1, the median household income for African Americans is $43,000. Let's see, what's he say? The Sikhs run the trucking industry in his town. You see that? The Sikhs run the trucking industry in his town. Okay? So, according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, weekly earnings for black men as of Q4 2020 was $869 a week, or $45,188 per year. While white men were earning $1,122 per week, or $58,344 per year. Let's take a look at this slide here. I put together a chart of the current and median net worth by race. So we have our high net worth currently for white non-Hispanic men, $983,400. The median, meaning half make more, half make less, is $188,200. Do you see here where it says black men? The apex of black men's high net worth is $40,000 less than the median net worth of white men. What in the fuck are we doing, black men? The next man who's like, I got Death Row Trucking LLC needs to be stabbed in the neck. Because you ain't doing shit. The high net worth for black men is $146,800. Again, this is according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics. These ain't my numbers. These ain't pulled out of my ass. This is as of Q4 2020. Our median net worth is $24,100, bro. What in the entire fuck are we doing, black men? They have 3 temples within 3 miles of my house. Good God, the Sikhs are running things out there, huh? Latino men, 203,000. There's still 12,000 above us, and there's this whole trope because a bunch of black men in the black manosphere, well, the Latinos, their men make less than us, and they still get treated like kings. No, their men make more than us. Stop the cap, black man. We're on the bottom. The BOTTOM. We're on the bottom. Salute. Thank you for the cash app, Raining Woman. I appreciate that. And then multiracial and other identities, 486,000 is their high net worth. And basically 75 grand is their median. Now here in the Latino and black community, we have a problem, but specifically the black community, black men, what are we doing here? Are we this trash? Because I'm starting to agree with Cynthia G. We must be trash bag dusties. The numbers don't lie. So let's continue. Now, the argument that black women are the highest degree holders in America is absolutely untrue. What does stand true is black women hold substantially more degrees than black men, which adds to the depletion of viable American black male candidates as an option for building or creating legacy for American black women. You know, I did this with my mother. I went over this with my mother and I was in tears. My mother dated white men for the majority of my life, but she was smart to have a baby with a black man, right? Otherwise, she wouldn't have gotten my greatness. Now, the fact that other men are more financially complete. This is not me. This is the fact that other men are more financially complete. There's very specific things that I say in my words. Allows for things like better health care. Because, you know, a lot of people are in these spaces saying, well, just because the men make more money isn't an argument for divestment because, you know, he might beat on her, or, you know, blah, blah, blah. Okay, let's look at that. Well, because these other men are more financially complete, it allows for things like better health care, which black women are greatly affected by, as evidenced from my next 2 sources. So my first source here is from ScienceDirect.com, and this is pulled directly from them. And it says it is well documented that Black/African American women's health is impacted by socioeconomic status. Dun, dun, dun. Self-care can improve health, but this is also contingent upon socioeconomic status. Though it is unclear which activities are impacted, this cross-sectional study performed differential item functioning with 47 self-care activities rated by 223 black women. Participants were compared across activities by SES Group, a composite score encompassing personal income, highest degree obtained, employment status, and number of dependents. Findings suggest SES impacts half of self-care activities, with most being practiced significantly more by black women with the highest SES as opposed to the lowest. Sourced by ScienceDirect.com. The next source is from AmericanProgress.org, and this is a 2013 study. 1 in 4 African American women are uninsured. Oh, shit! Am I the insurance junkie? Do I not talk about this all the time? Do we not talk about the fact that the healthcare industry fucks up our women? Do we not talk about medical malpractice? Do we not talk about fucked up abortions? Do we not talk about fucked up C-sections? Do we not talk about the fact that our women are sitting there and they don't even get the proper care? Do you know when you're on that state health insurance. Yeah, everything is done for free, but they give you the worst care. They make you sit there for fucking hours and wait. I have some of the best health care in the country. You know, I'm in the hospital damn near every 2 days. Well, guess what? When I go to the emergency room, as soon as I walk in, they see my health insurance. Guess what? Within 30 minutes, I'm back there with a nurse. And after I go back there with a nurse, I immediately get a bed because I have good health insurance. But y'all don't hear me, though. This lack of health insurance, along with other socioeconomic factors, continues to contribute to the dire health issues African American women face. Again, this is sourced by AmericanProgress.org. Because again, like I said, black men, we can't be trash. Last night, these men were, I lost my space. Nigga, you're in a debate, brother. Get it together. So next, we're talking about educational attainment. So, let's take a look here. 1 second, let me just check the comments. See who's all up in here. He said, not Cynthia G, the same one that trashes her baby daddy. Her choice of dust doesn't change the fact. Stay focused. Yeah, her choice of dust doesn't change the fact, bro. And I'm going to tell you something like this, because this also pisses me off. Yes, black women end up choosing dusty men, but hold up. I'm going to tell y'all some shit. Right? I got a cousin who did jail time. And there's a lot of men who do jail time. But then he came home from jail, and now he has 2 locations in a barbershop, right? A lot of men will come home from jail. They'll be like, yo, I came home. I'm back up. And then the black woman will be like, you know what? Let's give this man a chance. He's been in jail. He's paid his debt to society. Let's see if he could be like Alonzo's cousin Blaze, who's a real man. See, they think that a lot of these men are going to be like my cousin Blaze. My cousin Blaze is a real man. He put together sacrifice. He did time in jail, and when he came home, he put his nose to the grindstone. He got rid of all those vices, all of the bullshit. And now he owns 2 businesses and he's operating. And now the women are after him. But see, there's a lot of men who come home from jail and they talk that bullshit, but they ain't really got the dedication or the heart or the fucking balls to do what my cousin did. So no, it's not completely her fault that she chose the dust bag. And no, I'm not absolving the women, but at the end of the day, you're going to see here that it's the men's issue. Because it's a man's world. So if it's a man's world, you niggas stop dry dicking, put some fucking lotion in your hand when you're jacking off. And also, stop coming on panels crying about bitches and feminism. That's not our issues. So educational attainment. The level of educational attainment for African American women has risen very slowly and still sits at a significantly lower level than white women, which is why I said the fact that black women are the highest degree holders in America is absolutely untrue, evidenced by my research. What does stand true is they vastly outnumber black men. So here it says, the college graduation, and this is all from the same fact sheet, actually, this economic data is also from AmericanProgress.org. The college graduation rate of African American women for the 2004 cohort was 24.1% and has not increased at the same rate as the graduation rates of white women, Latinas, or Asian American women. Only 21.4% of African American women had a college degree or higher in 20%, in 2010, compared to 30% of white women. Again, showing that black women being the highest degree holders in America is a false narrative. Now we're going to look at economic security. African American women continue to have higher rates of unemployment than white women and continue to have lower amounts of weekly usual earnings and median wealth compared to their male counterparts, meaning black men, and white women. These disparities leave a growing portion of our population more vulnerable to poverty and its implications. The most current available data shows that African American women only made 64 cents to the dollar compared to white non-Hispanic men in 2010. White women made 78.1 cents to the same dollar. And black men, this is why we look like trash. A study by the American Association of University Women found that African American women made 90% of their African American male counterparts' wages in 2020. This is the part that I tear up at. Black men. Black men. Wake the fuck up. I'm trying to keep myself from crying here because I'm talking about myself included in this. This hurts. We should be fucking pissed and we need to go do something about it. The inheritance of black poverty. It's all about the men. Sourced from Brookings Institute. We conclude, based on the proceedings analysis, that the black-white intergenerational gap in individual income is substantial for men, but quite small for women. It is important to note, however, that this finding does not imply that the black-white gap in women's individual incomes will vanish with time. This is because black women continue to have substantially lower levels of household income because they're making 90% of what your fucking Madden King is making. Because, you know, I gotta flip your tax return and flip this pack. I know niggas been selling cocaine since I was 16 and they still haven't sold a kilo. I showed y'all an article in the New York Times that showed the Colombian cocaine cartel hit $80 million of drug money and life insurance. Yet I have a nigga who's running around telling me, my fault, God, I'm going to send you that $100 for my two daughters' $50 a month life insurance policy. That shit's been canceled for over 2 months, my nigga. I've been getting calls from my company because I'm trying to keep that shit on the books for you, my nigga, but it ain't staying on the books. And you know what? Fuck it. I hope your rap career goes somewhere because you got your SoundCloud and all that, and you got all your fucking music, and you got the fucking bottles, but you make less than $20,000 a year on your fucking job, but you sure can't rap your ass off, but you're fucking leaving your daughters in the lurch, nigga. Fuck is wrong with you? So, substantially lower levels of household income. Because, you know, like I said, I got to work on my mixtape, girl. You got to believe in the dream. I got to work on my mixtape. Both because they are less likely to be married and because black men earn less than white men. Black and white children are born into very different economic circumstances. Almost half of black boys and girls are in households in the bottom fifth of the income distribution, compared to just over 1 in 10 white children. Gender and race gaps in upward mobility. Using data on 4,200 black and white Americans from the NLSY 97, we find that over half, 54%, of black men born into households in the poorest fifth of the family income distribution end up as individuals in the poorest fifth of earnings distribution for their respective gender between the ages of 28 and 35, compared to the minority of white men, 22%, white women, 29%, and black women, 34%. So when we're born broke as black men, because, you know, as black, and I fell for it, that's why I got shot 5 times, because of black men, you better be a rapper or a basketball player, nigga, that's all you're good for. You better rap or play that ball game. And what do all the rappers end? Right now, all the rappers end up riddled with bullet holes and dead and don't have any fucking life insurance, so they don't pass anything on. Like I got a homeboy by the name of, because they was on DJ Coolidge talking about Dallas rappers, right? I got a homeboy by the name of Classic Music who's close friends with Mo 3. After Mo 3 died, he hit me up talking about life insurance. I talked to him. He was like, yeah, Mo 3 good. He own his masters. Now Boosie on that shit, cuz. Fuck you mean? He ain't passed shit down to his kids. Let's look at this. Black men have low earnings mobility. Black women face a very high risk of being stuck in poverty, 62%. Oh, and all this data here is from the Brookings Institute study. Black women have a very high risk of being stuck in poverty, 62%, surpassing even the 50% risk faced by black men. Now, it does say in the Brookings Institute that you have to help black men to help black families. But black men, we gotta want to help ourselves. I can't have shit like my homeboy out there. I'm the rapper. Don't fucking apologize to me, nigga. Apologize to your family for not sitting with me and for you not creating the legacy you say you want. See, the little $600 I make, $1,000 I make, $5,000 I make pales in comparison to the at minimum $250,000 plus dollars that you could leave for your family. But see, all y'all niggas want to do is play in crypto and all this shit and get left holding the bag. Because I put 17 cents in crypto and now it's worth 45,000. Excuse me. Let me explain to you how stocks and investments work. Unless you sell it or have a fucking transaction, just like with drugs. If I sell you a kilo of cocaine, I made the money. But if I just have a kilo of cocaine, it ain't worth shit. So if my 17 cents investment into shitcoin goes up to 45 million, unless somebody buys that 45 million shitcoin from me, it's still worth fucking zero. But it feels good because you think you got something. So, our results strongly echo those of Deepak Shetty's team. So what conclusions can be drawn? Shetty's team are blunt, writing that the key to closing income disparities for both black and white women is to close intergenerational gaps in income between black and white men. This is certainly one of the most important implications of both their study and our own. Breaking the cycle of intergenerational poverty. Give me 1 second. This is my mother. Yes, mother. Good morning, afternoon, mother. How are you? I'm doing good. I'm on the internet, so can I call you back later? Love you. Yeah, gotta talk to mommy, y'all. Gotta do that. Oh yeah, I got you, bro. I didn't know you didn't have one. Actually, let me get one to Raining Woman as well. How do I give you guys wrenches? I think I gotta look at y'all on YouTube, right? Let me go to my channel for real quick. And then I'll start giving out wrenches. Because as I said, man, this is just kind of ridiculous that we even have these situations. Give me 1 second. I'm getting y'all the wrench and all that good stuff, and then I'll be getting that we even have these situations. There we go. Let me get Raining Woman a wrench. Add moderator. And let me get Chaos a wrench. Add moderator. All right. Where was I? Salute Sheed in the building. So, this is certainly one of the most important implications of both their study and our own. Breaking the cycle of intergenerational poverty for Black Americans requires a transformation in the economic outcomes for Black men, particularly in terms of earnings. Again, this isn't me. This is all information from Brookings Institute. Now, this last study here is sourced from Vox.com in a 2018 study about economic mobility. And it says even Black men born to wealthy families are less economically successful than white men. So Black Americans experience dramatically lower upward mobility than white Americans do. A difference that appears to be driven largely by significant economic disadvantages among Black men. Because remember, there's only 300 jobs in the NFL. There's only 300 jobs in the NBA. But do you know that only 6.7% of licensed financial advisors are black? So that means all these Tony the Closer, Earn Your Leisure, all these other fucking Omi and the Hellcat, Wall Street Trapper, they, you wouldn't go to a non-licensed attorney and take legal advice, but you go to non-licensed financial advisors and then come to me and be like, I'll think about your little options, but my homeboy got this. And then remember, what you eat doesn't make me defecate. Meaning, the fact that you've invested in this is great for you. And a broken clock is right 2 times a day. So just because your homeboy invested in Tesla, because his situation, yeah, Tesla might earn you a couple of dollars. But again, unless you transact something, you really didn't make anything. So it looks good on that balance sheet to be up and down, but it's worth 0. So, these conclusions come from a groundbreaking study combining Census Bureau data on race with IRS tax returns, which allow economists to track individuals' earnings over many years and tie them to their parents' earnings. The first paper to combine census race data and tax records was released by the Census Bureau's Maggie Jones and Sonia Porter and UCLA's Randall Aki last year. Now, Jones and Porter have extended that work in collaboration with Stanford's Raj Shetty and Harvard's Nathaniel Hendren, and tied their findings to parental tax records, enabling an intergenerational comparison spanning from 1989 to 2015. And in conclusion, the evidence presented to you today shows you that not only should it be considered from a statistical stance, but an overall quality of life. Seeking to date outside American black men is a way of sustainability for American black women. The only way to combat this is for the black man to create, with a conqueror's mentality, using unity and covert tactics to infiltrate and topple regimes. Until that point, black women will have a better existence, and with society's one-drop rule and the strengths of the genetics of black people, be able to continue to procreate with other races and create and still raise better black people. I yield my time. Now that's how a debate should go, folks. Right? That's what you call a debate, ladies and gentlemen. No doubt. So, with that being said, man, that's all I had to say. I didn't want to go too long. I may leave an opportunity. You know what? Let me just do this. I'm going to do this real quick. If anybody wants to come up and say a couple of words, I'm going to take a brief break. And when I come back from the break, if nobody's up here, so be it. And then, you know, if someone is up here, cool. But I'm going to go grab me some quick something to drink and take that quick hiatus. And again, if nobody's up here when I come back, all good. We will get to, I'll just close out and we'll call it a day. I'll be right back. Hello, reigning women. How are you, madam?
Hey, good afternoon. I am blessed and I'm grateful. How are you, Alonzo?
I'm doing well, and thank you for coming up.
Oh, you know what? I have the echo. I forgot about that. Okay, yes. Now, okay, I had to mute the background. Sorry.
No.
Um, you know what? I want to say, first of all, I really and truly appreciate you being consistent for as long as I have seen you in different chat rooms. I have seen you be absolutely consistent with mentioning insurance on both panels and in the chat. And I want to thank you for that because I really don't think that Black men and Black families in general understand the necessity as well as the luxury of having insurance, and that insurance covers so much. To just have your burial services covered, helps a lot. I mean, we saw the situation with AJ, the
Mhm.
comedian. Everyone laughed at him. I mean, we supported him in movies and everything, right? It was shameful for him to pass away the way that he did, and for his wife to literally have to ask for financial support just to lay him to rest. For all that he did, even off if he never did anything else, at least the residual income should have been something that enough to put away for just at least the burial. At least the burial. But without that, now he not only did his wife have to ask for help with being buried, but that goes to show that he left his whole family unprovided for, uncovered
Exactly.
financially to be able to pick up the pieces from where he left off. And that is a terrible position for anyone to be in. And it makes it, I mean, for one, I mean, what is the point and what is the value in being a celebrity and being world renowned and having a star and being just known for your talent, and to die like that, and the last thing that people really remember is how your wife had to ask for money, even to the point of trying to, in my opinion, trying to shame people into giving to this as if they are entitled to anyone else's earnings. His passing away and his burial responsibilities was no one's responsibility besides his own. No one owed him anything. We paid, and we contributed every time we supported a movie. We contributed every time we supported a live act. We contributed in those ways. That is our contribution. You are not entitled to anything else. The people that put him in movies, put him on shows, they contributed by putting him in movies, getting him paid, and putting him in shows. They owe him nothing, nothing after that. That's all I got to say about that.
Absolutely, I agree. And I actually, when that story dropped, I did a live stream on it because TK Kirkland went on Vlad TV and spoke about it. One of the
Mhm.
things that happened, AJ Johnson died worth $100,000. And in that first week, he got $2,600 donated to the GoFundMe, which is about the price of a brand new iPhone 13. And I did an illustration or an insurance quote of
Mhm.
different types of life insurance. And I did it at his age 56.
Mhm.
And that $2,600, depending on the type of policy he got, would have been a minimum. If he would have paid $2,600 for 1 year of life insurance, would have been a minimum of $750,000 at age
Mhm.
56.
Mhm.
Now,
Mhm.
we I know many black men who would be like, I don't want to take that, so I'm going to put it in Dogecoin because it's going to triple. And it's sad but true. So
Mhm.
we also got Sheed in the building. I'm going to go ahead and pause and let Chaos speak unless you have something else to say, Rainy.
No, I'll go ahead and pause. I'll mute myself. Thank you.
No problem. What's going on, KS? What say you, brother?
What debate was this? Was this on some brothers panel or some shit you were talking about?
Well, it was supposed to be with the Solar Vision Debate League, but last Monday they called me and rescheduled, and unfortunately, I'm probably not going to have time to continue that. This is my busy season in insurance, so I really don't have time to do debates and do all the study, etc.
Well, my thing is, I'm not sure what the debate was supposed to compile by or compose of, but I saw it circulating, and I'm not really too big on channels trying to grow on debates. If you notice, you listen to the other debate from another brother's channel, which you said earlier, it's actually getting ridiculous. I heard, I listened to that debate, and even the men, I, and this is my issue with the statistics side of things. That black people use statistics, I'm sorry to tell this, when it's towards each other. End of story. It's not gonna make no revolutionary change where we say, okay, this is what they want us to see, but then we're not doing nothing at all as people. And a lot of people want to keep separate men and women. And I say you can keep playing that game, but you want to keep this constant gender war going with that separation bullshit. You know, the system knows what they're doing. They already got black people in trick bag, and now they're in pushing more to make absorb you more in the social order because they already project what they want this Western world, especially America, to look like in the next 30 some years. So the only thing they do now is because we already have a disdain hate for each other and not correcting the psychological trauma. The only thing you're gonna see more distance, inadequacy, and more individualism moving forward for black people that's been here in the West. Now, other groups, yeah, they can work with each other. They have no problem because they don't got this mental illness, and they already have a already sub base known that people are putting money into them. And I tell black people many times, your greatest power is you gotta stop investing money in certain places, anything that's in your community's neighborhoods. Period. That's just the fighting start. But if you keep doing that, and then you get the same education, which doesn't really help revolutionize you, then you're doing this for nothing. You'll make some money, but it's only going to be for yourself, nothing more, nothing less. Hell, even so, black man can't come congregate saying, what can we do just to build something simple? Because a lot of men think and operate, unfortunately, like who raised them. Oh, man. I think the biggest issue moving forward for a lot of black men that's already over 35 and older that's not going to get it, we could at least get in the heads of some of the youth that willing to listen. You get me? And that's
Right.
going to take work. And a lot of men, as much as I hear the conversation, I'm not willing to do that. I probably would if I could, but like I said, we only one person. But like I said, only those who could be reached. And I tell most men, don't reach anybody that's want to reach. You leave them alone. Just like a sister, like any woman, don't reach those sister if you can. Leave her alone. You get me? They're already set in their ways, depending what age, and it's going. Time is going to be their best example, their best learning example to get their shit together. And I'll say this is not a joke.
I
So
understand that. When it comes to statistics, yes, we do use those towards blacks, but numbers don't lie. So I think what something that you mentioned was the fact of rugged individualism, and I
yeah.
think that's what huge issue is.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck them niggas, I'm good. I mean, it's been that way for about 100 years,
Mm-hmm.
right? We
Mm-hmm.
haven't had that collective. We've got all this beef amongst ourselves. So the statistics aren't being used against us. The statistics are what they are. Um, and men lie, women lie, numbers don't. Whether it be white people taking them, black people taking them, whoever. Shetty is a Punjab. You know. Now they have a caste system in India, so to come to America is an advantage for him. But we can't run away from statistics, and in a lot of these spaces I often hear a lot of us, especially black men, speaking to, oh, those are either the white men's statistics or the statistics are going to destroy us, until we talk about, well, 51% of black men are single and child. Well, now those statistics. So if we're going to take, if it's good for the goose, it's good for the gander, brother.
But you see, one thing I want to, the only like I said, it goes back to gender war. Okay, that's nice. Now what? if that's even accurate or not. Just like I say, what I guess what women doing better than men. Okay, now what? You see, it's not going where it's just throwing fingers and we stay stagnant. If we're gonna use the statistics, we should be using to say, okay, what other like mind brothers sisters we could do to say if we could tweak the data a little bit by doing something a little different.
Mm-hmm.
There's no conversation at all. And the reason why? Because it goes back, everybody's an individual. They're here to get a bag, nothing more, nothing less. I tell most young people when you listen to content, you gotta be very careful who you listen to. Because it does not solve no actual problem. It only
Very
we're
true.
gonna keep running into the wall until eventually say, why the hell listen? Let me go find something else. Because in this YouTube space, if you want to call it like that, is only here designed for comedy, disorder, and humor and entertainment. Nothing more and nothing less. Anything that's dealing with information and solutions and things that build somebody else, you will get a message push here and there, but it will not be circling heavily in this YouTube space from either gender or race because it's designed to keep you sleep, deaf, dumb, and blind and insane. So when people think that they look for answers, I say you have to will yourself to find it. But if you're not thinking like that, it's not gonna be always gonna present to you through the algorithm. The algorithm knows what it's doing. It's very intelligent. If they see you in a certain mindset track, they might gear you to certain channels. But overall, they always gotta keep pushing the nonsense because that's where they want your thinking and your actions to be at. Your focus. You know? So that's why, I pick up a lot of people that's in the field, financial field, from you or anybody, any chance I get. But like at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? To draw controversy, you have to like chin check a certain people, you know what I'm saying, rather as man
Oh
or
yeah.
woman. And
Real
and the
quick.
problem and nice thing about it that not everybody's gonna like the chin check.
Oh
But
yeah.
at the end of the day, I got your attention, nonetheless. But go ahead.
Facts. So real quick, I want to shout out Real Deal Financial, A Black Beauty, and K Business Podcast. If you guys have not followed them as well as Sheed's page, I suggest you do. And make sure you follow Chaos Rain. He does the Talk Real Solutions, and he's definitely blackety black with us. So Chaos, if you're finished, I'm gonna go ahead and go over to Sheed.
Go, she.
What's going on, Sheed?
Mm-hmm.
Sheed making a sandwich. So we'll give him a brief moment to go on here
But
and come up and
one
speak.
question,
Oh, go ahead.
one question I want to ask: since the
Yeah.
man runs a trucking and he's an individual trucker, that's nice. But the problem is, if you're doing this by yourself, you know how much work it's going to take just to make a decent living. If I don't care how well you're a trucker, been doing it, that you're not really getting the full value if you're so proprietary of your trucking business. You want to employ it and relieve the pressure and give the bag to certain employees. That's how they do it in this country. Hell, even now, if you look at certain people that's walking off the jobs now, because no one doesn't want to be um, taking the option to get the thing. And I get
Yeah.
it. I understand it. But here's my thing. To a lot of Americans, because we live in a capitalist system, unless you have some actual structural income that you already set aside or have some small hustle. I don't like to call it business because hustle. Because most people in America are hustling. They don't really got actual business because most business don't reach to corporate 500 corporations overall. Because those times are missed. There was a time in America you could did that, but now, you're behind and you have to catch up very fast. The way how people are running business now, especially people doing business digitally, like Amazon and all that stuff. A guy said it's best that if you're doing this trucking shit, you know what I'm saying? You only got like a avenue of a good decade at best, not even 20 years, because now we're moving more into the automation stage of our existence. And things that simple that people could do repeatedly can easily automate. So if you do it by yourself, you better start corporate yourself and find ways to what's to say scale up very fast. So you are protected just in case if they comes that they comes, you're more protected a little bit for now. But a lot of men not thinking like that because a lot of our people overall we're short-term thinkers. Alonso,
Hmm.
insurance today is a short-term thinking for a lot of Negroes. They don't see the long term of saying you if you get cheaper for I guess a month, where how much you pay, wherever it is, do it. It will not hurt you. I remember one time I was confronted by a man, and this was like, was it 15, 16 years ago? It was a long time ago. And I never thought of it like that because, like I said, I was thinking, like everybody else, short term thinking. Now I think about it now, say, you know, most things that, I work, get paid, also, it would be nice to have something like that. You get me? But now, like I said, you have to really get off of short term thinking. And short term thinking, as much as I don't want to hear or not, you're not get that from the institution of education. You gotta take education what it is and conclude it's on here for you to be a worker bee for somebody else. And because of that, you as a American gonna have to make a decision saying if you're gonna continue this process of worker bee, you're gonna get worker bee results. Don't expect no corporation to do all this for you. They already tell you now, even to the point with Social Security, will no longer be around in next 13 years, around 2034. So now most men, not women, but we're gonna talk about men today, everything that was late and made ease for you, you're going to have to do a little work now. That means if you're not an avid reader or you struggle, try to fix your weakness now while it's still available. Because the system is only going to operate more on how you use your head more, your intelligence, and what you already understand and know and do. And if you're struggling in that, then you got some work, gentlemen.
Absolutely, self improvement. So I did
Yeah,
say
yeah.
I
You,
did
you,
see Sheed unmute his mic. So let me see. Sheed, you
okay,
there?
let me see. All right. How did you
Yeah,
come
I'm
up?
here. I'm here.
Oh,
All
good.
Yeah,
right.
but yeah, when it come down to it, man, I mean, it's just plain and simple. I was talking with this older couple yesterday, and a lady was telling me, you kind of work too hard, and you should let your wife do a lot of the work too, and this and that. And I told her, I say, well, when it come down to it, this is the balance because I work more than her. I give her time to take care of the family. That's her second job. So I alleviate some of the stressfulness of going out there working so hard because if both parents working hard, dedicating, who's taking care of the kids? And then that give her a third job of taking care of the kids, then that puts more pressure on her. So she has three jobs to my two. But if we both take care of the kids, it evens out three and three. But the point of it is, you know, I think it was TD Jake said it best. I can give you all my time and I can give you less money. I give you less of my time and give you more money. You only can pick one or the other, you know. And the scenario, even with that, I was telling her that because of my life insurance, I was telling her, I was looking at the life insurance and seeing that in the future how this is going to work for me. She was like, well, why so much? I said, well, I'm to the mindset that I don't want my wife to work, or if anything happens to me, she'll be okay. I said, other people, like she was just basically saying she's only going to leave enough money for her kids because all her kids are grown, leave enough money for the kids and be okay. But my mindset is, why not leave money for my grandkids? Why not try to put a little money in for the next generation after that? So if I can scale up to leave a little more than just the average, everybody leaves five, $10,000, even close to 50,000. No one's leaving 100, 200, half a million or $1 million worth of life insurance to the family. No one's not thinking along those scales because, well, they're gonna just burn through the money. That's what a trust is set up for. You can set it up to where they only get a certain amount to where they can grow with the money and learn how to spend money. That's the whole point of you teaching your kids this knowledge firsthand. So as they get older, they know that if I get $100,000, I can go buy a house. I can go put down on a business. Like me and my son, we was talking. I told him, I said, the life insurance I got, or if I said, I give you 200,000. What are you gonna do? He's like, man, I go and retire in Jamaica, and I just be living life. I was like, why do that? And he was like, well, that's the goal. I was like, but why not take the 200, start a business, let it go on autopilot to where once you start getting so much money on the business, you can let someone else run the business, then go buy your house in Jamaica, and you have a
She,
steady flow of income. Go ahead.
has your son been in Jamaica?
Yes, my
Okay.
wife is from
I,
Jamaica.
I know I know she's from
They're
Jamaica.
born there. Yeah,
How old is your son?
21.
Okay. Now I know for most people that's from the island, I'll say this. If you're going to retire on a third world country like a Jamaica or anywhere, Trinidad, Tobago, wherever, is always, and this is what, and I talk to people from the island, how they move around and do things. And I ask them one question: why did they come to America? They said for the opportunity because the money stretches further. Okay, so this same gentleman I talked to, he told me this: that if anything, because he's born and raised over there, I think was it Trinidad or Jamaica? It's one of them countries that he works here, but takes his money over there and do some over there. But he will never say, I'm just going to retire over there. He bounced around from different countries. And his strategy, why he told me this, because the money stretched further in America than over there. So for people that say I should just retire after 200K and it goes further in another island, you could do that, but you're shortchanging yourself. You should always still having something residual moving, bounce around from different parts of the globe. That's what most people that's not from America do. You get me? Some do stay in America and they make the money, but some of them that bounce back, they know what to do with the fiat currency. So when I hear people say they want to just retire, no, you should always progress as a person. You should not be sitting there, especially a man. If you're able to get that and you say you just go sit down, I would say you're gonna have to reevaluate your life. You get me? Because as a man, you
Yep.
can't sit down. You cannot sit down and say I'm just gonna retire. No, you should always be productive. Period. That's why you look at some of our greats that worked and died. As men, that is at that your purpose. Whoever told you say you should just make a million, and no, you should always be productive work and showing something to society, not only to society but yourself. That's why I'm not so big on men talking about say they just want to sit on their ass after make a or get some money from a state from their parents or something. Because now I'm thinking say you that was not the purpose of you being here on this earth. Now, if you still figure it out. But you should not be sitting say I'm just gonna sit down and wing it. Because
But
man, let me finish. You always want to show something for it. You know what I'm saying? Because your parents work hard, not they leave you something set where you're going to progress and do something more with it. You get me? That's why you hear a lot of them certain celebrities or people that make more money than us, like millions and stuff. They said firsthand they're not leaving enough for their children. And I was thinking, why wouldn't they do that? I see why, because it creates a dependency, a laziness after a while. And not every child's going to do this, but by the numbers, it depends how many children you have. There's going to be one in a bunch that doesn't want to do nothing. So to cut them out, so they can always have to say, "You go on, fan, and do what you need to do in this world instead of living off me." That's what they do. So that I'm just gonna leave that there. Go ahead.
yeah, but I was saying that see how the mindset from your standpoint, my standpoint compared to a 21-year old. We almost had that same mindset as that young man at 21 because he hasn't lived. So now with me and him having a discussion, his whole thought pattern has changed about trying to retire with just some money and just go buy a house and kind of do a little business there and flip and make a little money and keep it letting it rotate versus starting a business in America has different investments that he's dealing with stocks, rental properties. And even though he's retired over there and has his home or his place, he can still bounce around and move around like that. That was his whole thing. Now his mind frame is, because like I said, when you're young, you could think $1 million would take you into, your 80s. But if you don't know how to budget or actually work the money instead of letting the money work for you or you working for the money, that's when you have that problem. So, like I said, at a 21-year-old, that's his standpoint is to, just be comfortable and relax. That's this NOLO generation now. That's what these young kids want
Right.
to do. Just have fun. But the whole mindset, when you start letting them know, fun can be fun, but you still got to have a process to make fun easy for you. See, that's the thing. We're only taught certain little things and how to live and how to get by. No one's taught the finance, the economics, the way to live life, the way to save. All this stuff has been taken out of schools for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody needs to be worker bees. Nobody needs to be owners. Nobody needs to be dedicated on how to spend the money, where's the money coming from. None of this stuff. Like I tell people, I drive a 98 Dodge Ram. It's paid for. Another pickup truck, 2010 truck, paid for. I can go get a 2000 something and make a car note and just keep paying that note till I pay it off. But I rather deal in something to where I can buy, put half now, pay it off in a year or so, and I'm good. My wife car, her car was like what, 15,000. We paid that off in 3 years. I don't like car notes because I don't want nothing hanging over my head. Even with me paying my life insurance, if I had the money, I could just pay my life insurance up front and be done with it. But the point of it is, it's a process. I have to continue with the process. That's say even with a mortgage. I tell my wife, let's put extra on the mortgage every so often till where we can pay down the principal, pay the house off faster. A lot of people not thinking that way. A lot of people just more or less, man, this is something I got to pay for 30 years. When you're knocking down the interest rate when you're doing this, a lot of people don't know what the PMI once you pay down
Mm-hmm.
on like 20%, that the rate drops. See, it's stuff that we're not taught. We're learning gradually as we grow. So when we get older, we can push this knowledge to the youth. But the thing is, the youth not gonna understand it till they're halfway there. Now there are some young guys that can pick up on this knowledge and say, "Oh man, this is cool. I'm gonna take this and run with it." Those are the people that the celebrities are leaving money for. Now your kid. Your kid ain't gonna save money, do right. Those are the ones that they're trying to push them further along in life. Even the ones that can make it, they said, well, you're good. Why leave you all this money? Like you said, Bill Gates, he said he's not leaving his kids nothing but a what, 3%, 2%, whatever. But still, that's in the hundreds of thousands. It's
Even
still
even
60.
even Answer Cooper, and I saw on one
He's a Vanderbilt as well. Yeah,
what do you
Mm,
most
mean
people
Vanderbilt?
don't know that.
Like
mm,
Vanderbilt.
that's crazy.
What do you mean?
Like Gloria Vanderbilt
You,
is his mother.
Okay, so I think that's like the
that's
Vanderbilt family, the one that bankers. I'm trying to remember what
The
that bank.
Vanderbilt family, yes. Anderson
yeah, the
Cooper
legacy.
is the son of Gloria Vanderbilt.
Oh shit, we
Oh,
got our tinfoil kufi on. We got our tinfoil
interesting,
kufi on
interesting.
tight,
Well, Alonso, that makes sense.
tight.
If he's a Vanderbilt, that makes sense. Yeah, he know I could leave enough for his son because he was already set from the day one. Yeah,
So real quick, I wanted to say this. Here's a way you can do the math. $50,000 times 20 is $1,000,000. So now when your wife looks at it and she's like, why so much? Say you like $50,000 a year? Yeah, that's only 20 years of $50,000. How old are you now, sis? Don't tell us. But say something happened to me yesterday. Tell her last night I got hit by a bus and didn't make it home. You're not talking to me. You're talking to that life insurance policy. You want me to leave $50,000 a year for 20 years or substantially less? I guarantee you she's gonna be like, we need to up that.
Mm.
I promise you. But go ahead, Real Deal. How you doing?
Oh, everything is good, man. Rashid, what's going on? Chaos. Respect everybody in the chat as well. Reigning woman, a black beauty as well. But I got more clientele for you, Zoe. I just got done talking with a couple people, but when it comes to this topic, I think people should very well just plan more diligent when it comes to the retirement. Like it's an active investing. Like Warren Buffett is 89 years old, 90 years old, and he's still investing.
no, actually, he's
Like
91.
yeah, man. So you gotta
91.
be active. You gotta be active because, like I told people on my channel, and I'm feeling so smart. And I hate to say I told you so for the people that was doubting me and said that, oh, we're in a bull market. I said no. The market sentiment is either consolidating bearish or pretty much it's going to keep going sideways. But now it's starting to show that it's bearish. It's bearish. So people
That's all
that
right
think
for me. I
this,
take a short strategy.
yes, I told people to get short strategies. I told people to get the yang. when it comes to the China bear 3x, because China's cracking down. I told people about uranium, not Australian uranium, is going good. So people should always be active when it comes to your investments. Just because you're retired doesn't mean your brain stopped working.
But you see, short-term fans, that's the problem with a lot of people short-sighted thinking, that saying, even let's say young and they're still growing, I get it, but that's where you as a young dude, if you're thinking like that now, then you need to fall on your ass and that life hurts you. You get me? See, one thing what young people don't understand, this is why they have this contempt for older black men, is they don't want to fucking sit down and listen. Now, my thing is this: you can't force someone to listen, because when you have no structure and you're only raised by one parent, on the average, this our community has been composed of that. The only thing I could tell young people is say, I'm not telling what to do, but you're gonna have to listen. And if you don't take this, only time will tell. You're gonna feel it eventually, and then you're gonna come back to me and say, because you're hard-headed, and you should be hard-headed because there was no structure in your life. Now, in school, if you did something bad, usually your mom would be this way. But imagine if your father's trying to say, I'm gonna let your father deal with it. You have a different way of looking at things. You move a little differently. You get me? So it goes back to, again, that when you don't have that and you go throughout life 0 to 18, and let's say someone leaves you some money here and there, and I say I'm just gonna sit my ass for the rest of my life. I said, you're gonna have to reevaluate that in this capitalist world, or world.
You got to rebalance your portfolio.
Yeah, you gonna have to rethink about that, because $1 million can't get you shit in this 21st century now.
Like 2020's winners, 2020's winners has literally won when it comes to biotech, and got crushed in 2021.
Yeah.
So that's why rebalancing your portfolio is a must. You can never be complacent. You always got to be on it. You're always gonna have to be cynical.
Yeah. You always gotta fix it. This shit could crash anytime now. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying put no fear to people, because I'm not no stock person expert. I'm gonna have books on it. I've been pressing on that. But I'm saying you always gotta be active if you're investing anything, or you deal with money, large sums. You get me? You gotta make your money put to work. You see, people don't understand, the richest don't let money sit down. They make their money work for them, and they use it wisely. You get me? But a lot of our people, because we don't have financial literature, we gotta understand, every time you get a dollar, you gotta make it, use it to the best way and make it work for you. You get me? Don't think that it's gonna sit there and you're comfortable. No, every time this fiat currency gets inflation and is devalued, so the money has to be used accordingly. That's what I'm saying.
Zoe, can I share my screen real quick?
Let's see this.
Yeah, no problem. Put it up.
All right, man. I'm going to show my screen, and we're going to look at some Atlanta liens and pre-foreclosures, because I got the hedge fund that I'm pretty much doing partnerships with. They are literally looking at the Atlanta zip codes, and they're also looking at Tennessee. So all my people that's from Chicago, they need to be able to see what they can do in Tennessee, because there is certain areas in Chicago that is very attractive. That's literally 15 minutes away from the university, 25 minutes away from the university.
Out there, actually.
Okay.
In the Chicagoland area. Did you share your screen so I can pull it up?
Hold on, give me one moment, sir.
While you're doing that, we're gonna speak to Marty McFly. Mr. McFly, how it goes?
Oh man, what's up, Alonzo? How you doing, man?
Doing well, brother. Doing well.
Yeah, I just finished up in the studio. I was like, you know what? Let me stop by Alonzo's spot, see what's going on, see what's cooking. What's the well, I know you, it's always about the financial, but what y'all talking about today, pretty much?
Well, initially I was talking about my debate about black men being trash economically. And my debate was showing how black women likely are better off divesting. And we had this conversation where we were talking about the median net worths of black men.
Oh, is it 43 or 33? Because there's certain ones where it shows 33,000, others show 43,000.
Neither. It's $24,100.
Oh no.
And this is
Oh.
as of Q4 2020.
Is that without all the athletes, all the
That's the
ballers,
Bureau
the
of Labor
Jay-Z's,
Statistics. So that's
general
not
labor?
going to be
Okay.
That's not going to be your Jay-Z. Those are outliers. You can't really include those in the.
But they do to be able to make the numbers look good.
Yeah.
At least Black Excellence websites or Essence.
Well,
Yeah.
well,
Some stuff
you
like
got
that.
to understand when they talk about black exit, they're talking about only people that are getting the money from other groups of men. You get me? And it's not a big pie of black men because we don't really run serious industries where it could be favored for ourselves. So if you get your money in a certain way, that's why when KS said about when he talking about how certain people that are, quote unquote high value, he's not talking about the celebrities because they get the money differently. You get me? And the money is only it's only a small percentage of men in that. And here's the problem with a lot of parents, what they do wrong, whether it's two parent or one single parent. What are you preparing your black son's minds while they're in your care from 0 to 18? Because we already know there's a deficit that the reading comprehension is very low. And if you can't read, you're not gonna get no money out because it takes time for you to sit down and read the books. And a lot of black people, especially with the boys, you hear this notion when they open the book and read a book, their head hurts. That's what Amos was always said because you're not trained to understand and decipher the Eurocentrics language, his hieroglyphs, because you haven't put the time effort to really understand his words, what the meaning of it. You get me? So anytime you pull up his book, it's gonna hurt your head because it's looking like jigsaw puzzles in your subconscious thinking. So, yeah. Ooh, what's
This
this?
is true.
Yeah.
So we're looking at Chicagoland properties or Atlanta properties?
Mm-hmm.
Atlanta. This is where the hedge fund. Atlanta, Alpharetta, Marietta.
Nice areas.
Like when we talk, when we do talk, Zoe, I'm pretty much going to give you the details. I'm going to give you the rundown.
Yeah, we'll talk
all
about
the zip codes. It's going to have all the zip codes. So that's why I've not been streaming. I've literally been busy making connections.
Trust me, I understand. I've been behind the scenes. I was concerned. I was like, yo, my man Real Deal ain't coming up doing the real estate. What's going on?
That's because I literally try to help more black men and women because it's mostly women that really take advantage of this stuff and they really are very hands-on when it comes to cold calling.
And they should. And the reason why I tell you again, if these boys that become men have not been structured by men, it's very hard to get a man to really get on some program with other men. It is what it is. True. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell y'all something that people listen to me. And I'm gonna do a stream when this show concludes.
I want to ask you about that before you go there, Chaos, because something you just said where, I find that to be true, but I find that to be a pile of hogwash because just as fast as they won't follow me to sell insurance or real estate or do taxes for self-employment, they sure enough will follow Dimebag Daryl to go sell nickel bags of weed on the corner and listen to what he says. And when it comes to this street gang shit, trust me, there's a whole lot more rules and violations and all this other bull that these dudes kowtow to. So I find that to be a pile of hogwash, personally.
Well, I would say this. Anytime when I see of a man of any age that flocks to a man that's doing the street life, the so-called hustle life, the drug life, you gotta understand, Alonso, men today want, I don't know if I want to use the word self-gratification, but they want something now and fast and right now. So if they see somebody having like a couple G's in their pocket and they're showing how he does it without little work, it's hard for me to tell most of them not to take it because it's quick money. Now, the dangers of doing that, you put yourself in a position to be incarcerated or killed. You get me? Because other men are going to be territory that wants what you got, and they're going to do everything to get it. And you put yourself in a serious situation. So, in regards to doing things normal and situated like, doing finance, real estate, and the things that will require a little work, they want to do because that takes time and effort and work, which a lot of dudes don't have work ethics.
Gentlemen.
Go ahead.
Okay, gentlemen. Now, this has 17,000. Can you see my screen?
Yes. Total involuntary.
Yeah.
So $17,000 in liens, $291,000 in mortgage. They bought this in 328 328,000 in 2018.
Mm-hmm.
The area comps say 485,000, 49 days in the market, 50 comps. So what I try to do is try to gauge a good estimate. Now 670 is definitely way overvalued. It's on the MLS. It's been on the MLS for 77 days, and its listing price is 649.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the hedge fund, when it comes to Atlanta, they are willing to spend top dollar, so they're willing to spend over 400, 500,000. But I think this is complete overinflated pricing value. Because let's look at the comps. Let's look at the neighborhood. We can look at the neighborhood. Fulton County. Let's look at the flip comps. So we can see what investors put money in, what's their price entry. So we can pretty much gauge on what would be our first offer. Which, you know, Zoe got some good negotiating skills, man. He came on my channel and pretty much gave my audience a good gauge on what to do. Okay, so in the past, hold on. Let me get the dates correct. So let's do it by from when to when. Since January 13th. Let's see what's the comps.
Listen, if you think I got good negotiating skills, because I learned, I cut my teeth in New York City, I'm going to tell you that I don't even specialize in real estate, but I know that A Black Beauty does, and I've dealt with New York women in real estate, so I'm imagining that if I have some negotiating skills, you should probably rock with this sister, and she will probably cut me a new one.
Hey, Black Beauty, can you please email me? I will literally interview you. I will literally make sure that you get leads to your business. Please email me at creditbuilder475@gmail.com. Please email me right away. We'll interview as soon as possible. Hell, we can do it tomorrow. Interview you, get some business in, talk about some negotiating skills, look at some properties, liens, any type of things that you want to talk about. Get some deals in your way as well, because I also have been busy because I'm getting marketing. So I will get cold callers and Facebook ads people to run. So I'm going to save these comps. So run ads in this neighborhood, because these are the investor comps. It looks like most of these are condominium. Oh,
Who's the brother name?
condominium.
Is that Sheed? That's not Sheed. I don't know who that is. That was a woman. I think it's a man.
Okay, 743, 795, only 51,000 profit. Let's scroll down. Let's look at these. Focus on these two numbers, because these are investor comps. Because really, I try to get it at a good entry, because
You
they
got a
want
Midwood mini
649.
mansion, Black Beauty?
That is funny.
Okay, she's definitely, yeah, she's into the type of real estate I'm into. I like to see M's. I don't like to see K's at the end of those asking prices. I like to see M's at the end of those asking prices.
Ends?
No, M like married, as opposed to seeing K like thousands.
Nah,
Okay.
we talking M's, baby. This is the American dream,
Oh, you
damn
mean
it.
like
We don't do
millions?
thousands,
Millions.
baby.
Millions. Okay.
See, I love Zoe's mentality, man. It's definitely needed in this space, because too many dudes just do just enough.
Well, I
That
told
ain't
you, bro,
enough,
my
man.
first listing was 14.6 million. So, you know, that's
See,
a commission
a
of
lot of people would have shit their
250K.
pants. A lot of people would have shit their damn pants
Facts.
and fumbled the deal, fumbled the bag, and fumbled a 250K piece. That is literally, see, that's some next level stuff. So condominium. Now the hedge fund will buy condominiums, because I got like 12 people I got to contact after this. So I'm still going to be busy as fuck. So I guess all of these comps is condominiums. All 47 of these got to be condominium comps.
Is your hedge fund willing to go to New York City? Because
Yeah,
if
they
they
got people
are,
in New York.
they have people in New York.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you have
That's why
myself
we're
and
going
A
through.
Black Beauty. If you bring them to New York, they have to have some really deep pockets. And let me tell you, a lot of people are afraid of spending money in New York because, again, we're talking, you could trip over a piece of dirt and it's $1 million. So, even big investors with big pockets are scared of New York. But if they have the balls and if you can guide them and if you need our help, I will make you make them buy something. And yes, I said
Now,
make you make them.
well, see, I love that mentality, man. That's why you and me is like a tag team, man. And when it comes to this, I definitely would need to have you guys on board because New Jersey is something that they are centralized in. Philly, they're gonna bang out Philly. They're really gonna bang out Philly. And another market is Maryland, where they want to go with Maryland because they was gonna do Boston. So pretty much with Boston, I just look at what they're looking at is mostly down south. Everything is like Atlanta, Georgia. Everything is Jacksonville, Florida. Everything's in Tampa, Boca.
What
Like
part
with
of
New
Jersey?
York,
What part of Jersey? Are they
Cherry
looking at?
Hill, Cherry Hill, developments in Trenton, West New York.
Hmm.
If you got
Yeah, all
some
these
West
are
New York, that's
condominiums.
attractive because that's a high income area.
Thank you, thank you.
By
Okay,
Edgewater,
so
like around there.
yes, yes, sir.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to copy and paste Ponce, and we're gonna look at the neighborhood. I like to copy and paste and look at the neighborhood. Baltimore as well, Baltimore City, Brick City. So with Baltimore, they're willing to spend around 350,000 range. So they're really doing single family. So there's like 12 people I contacted, and a lot of them want single family. If it is some big shit where it got some M's on it, they'll cash load it. So these people really want all in the suburbs. They don't really want the heart of the
Are
hoods.
you
They
working
will.
with
There's actually,
investors or devs? What's going on, boss?
I think
Because
devs.
devs are a little bit different than investors.
I think devs. 'Cause I think they're
Okay,
brokering
so
this.
devs are definitely going to want multiplexes. Um, so because I heard you say condos with the hedge fund, if they're buying, they're trying to buy condo buildings, not just units. Um,
Yes, they want to take over the whole asset. Yes.
so there may be a possibility because I know you've heard of $1 million listings in New York.
Yes.
So
Yes, I
I was
have.
working with Ryan Serhant, and he actually had a building. You can actually look it up. The address is 1325 Herkimer Street. I think I told you about that in Brooklyn. And
Oh yeah,
so
we did.
that's a 32 unit building. The thing is, I think they still have the 5-year tax abatement. Actually, no, I think the tax abatement is done now because it's 2021 and the tax abatement was 2017. But there was actually a tax break on the property if it was sold out. So if you have investors, it's a 32 unit building. The units start at $399 a piece. And if you're
Mhm.
talking $399 times 32, you're talking a couple million. Tens of millions. But that, if your investors are looking for something like that, that's a perfect spot to start. And I
Okay.
know he has a few other buildings as well in the Brooklyn area. So those may be attractive too.
I'm writing all this down. I'm writing all this down. I'm
Oh
writing
yeah, look,
everything
me,
down.
you, and Hey Black Beauty are about to have some deals going. I'm not even worried about it. Most of this talking that I'm doing right now is for you to connect with A Black Beauty because real estate, even though I loved doing real estate, I enjoy insurance and financial services way more just on a personal level. Um, for me, real estate is too much of a hustle,
It is.
whereas
It is.
I get residual income with insurance. So once you're a client and you're a client, I get paid next year too. you know, we do need to get in the back of East New York. Yo, so A Black Beauty, I had a property I was gonna buy, in East New York. It was what was it, 680 Pennsylvania Avenue. They wanted 850 for it. That one I didn't get to negotiate too well. I initially I offered 787, which was 30K above any comps in the area at the time. But those comps in the area were those investors buying, so obviously it was low. So we agreed at 810, but then my mother-in-law didn't want to put the $80,000 up out of her 401k for us to have a house. So instead, she gave me $100,000 to retire her off of, and I rolled over 100K of her retirement. And she retired from Morgan Stanley. So when I talk from the
Ooh,
spaces I talk, I got people who are all in them positions.
thank you. Thank you. Man, this should go for $1 million.
Yeah,
This shit goes for $1 million, bruh.
doesn't surprise me. You got to look at the neighborhood.
The comps blew up in the past like 6 months. That's why
Right.
the comps blew up because I made the comps more in this year because the comps was going as far back as October. That was like literally the hot streak. I
Yeah.
want to make the comps more narrow, more tighter
I
when it comes
usually
to the
do
dates.
just a tip. When you're looking to get higher prices, do 12 months. When you're looking to get lower prices,
Okay.
do 6.
Thank you. 6 months. 4 to 6 months. Wrote that down.
Don't do 4, do 6. Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Absolute 6. Okay. Absolute
6 to 12 if you're looking for the low price. 12 if you're looking for the high.
12 months on the high. Okay. Thank you. Okay. So let's look at the neighborhood real quick because the comps all in this neighborhood goes for $1 mil. 850,000 to $1 mil.
I'm sorry, I said that in reverse for the high and the low. But you understood what I meant.
Yeah, I know what you meant. Every time you talk, man, I always try to write something down because I know I'm going to learn something new.
I'm glad, man.
Something new. I know I'm going to learn something new, man. That's why when whatever is the equity that is needed, that can be definitely sorted out very quickly. So now 785 Ponce de Leon. Now this property is estimated at 675.
That's a fourplex?
Yes, sir.
That's nice.
This is a 4.
Is that in like the hood?
Now that I am not familiar when it comes to this part of Atlanta. I am familiar of Marietta. Now
I'm just looking at the street itself.
We gotta look at the crime stats. We gotta look at the crime stats. Be able, if you really want to be analytical, engage your offer based off of the environmental parameters. But let's keep going down the street. I write all the addresses down.
Oh yeah,
some neat grass. Grass is neat.
That's a nice building.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna copy and paste this address, and I'm gonna see how many liens is in the neighborhood. Yeah, I'm getting nosy. I'm trying to figure it out.
I want to see it too. This is interesting.
This neighborhood. We got to see the liens, see if there's any divorces, bankruptcies, pre-foreclosures, and try to gauge pricing on that.
Oh, and since we're talking real estate and insurance, I'm going to show y'all.
Yes.
I'm going to tell y'all something. So everybody, when we salute to Ra, what's up, brother? I'm going to tell y'all something. So you've heard of an amortization schedule, right?
Yes.
Which shows you day one to the mortgage till, ground zero when you've paid it off. A cash value life insurance illustration is an amortization schedule. So for people to devalue life insurance when you're paying that money and the money that balloons that you're amortizing is your money. So why would you not want the life insurance? I can teach you how to buy a house using your life insurance policy. Let's say that same $1 million house and you got horrible, horrible credit, but you have $2 million life insurance policy. Go to the bank with that $1 million life insurance policy. And, you can definitely use that as a collateral. So what it's called is a collateral assignment. You can actually assign the mortgage company that $1 million that you've borrowed. Or you can use your $1 million life insurance policy, go to the bank, say, I have collateral, I have this life insurance. Give me $1 million. As long as you had the policy for at least 2 years and it wasn't for the purpose of getting that loan. Now, if you come to me today and say, I want to get a loan in 10 years, 5 years, okay, we'll set it up. Boom. Now, in 5 years, 10 years down the line, who's to say, you got it for the purpose of getting a loan? I'm not going to tell the mortgage loan originator that.
Okay, so we got 380, and also wrote that down. Collateral assignment. I also wrote that down. Use it as collateral. But we got 380 liens, 60 vacants, 668 cash buyers. So if it was a perfect world, I would skip trace all these cash buyers, which already got hedge funds, but we do this just in case if the hedge funds say too many acres, because that's also another caveat. If it got too many acreages, if it's not in a tight circle row house type of neighborhood, certain ones gonna say, they're gonna look at the numbers. That's where they send their people. So they got people in New York, they got people in Atlanta, Georgia. So these people have boots on the ground. So it makes virtual assignments or virtual double closings a lot easier. So these are the vacants. 339, 587, 1330 University Drive.
You have a question. She's asking, what type of liens are these? Are these tax liens? Speaking of tax liens, I have a present for y'all.
Oh, no.
And I'd like some questions. Actually, real deal, this is cool. Remember I told you about Lawan Abram, who wrote the book on tax liens?
Yes, sir.
He I spoke to him and he's willing to come on to my channel. How's it going? And do an interview about some of his financials. So if you've ever seen him, he owns ABF Now, which is a funding company, and he works with high net worth and ultra high net worth individuals. So in that essence, we're talking millions of dollars. What floor? 3. So we're talking millions of dollars that he's dealing with. So like, for example, one of his clients was online and just in Wells Fargo. So those are the kind of investors that we kind of want to work with.
Okay, beautiful. So we can actually filter it. We can filter it where we could do tax liens, HOA liens. Like you were saying, sir?
So
Well, I guess we can talk further, but make sure if you have some questions for a guy like that, and you can Google him again. His name is Lawan Abram. That's Lajuan, Abram, like Stacey Abrams.
Okay.
And he wrote a tax deed book. He does a lot of tax deed trusts. And now he does manage. I met him through a very controversial figure, which is a person by the name of Brother Polite. But at the end of the day, Brother Polite has multiple millions of dollars, however he got it. And, he's one of his clients who's high net worth. He's nowhere near ultra high net worth, but he is high net worth. So in those circumstances, we got that.
Can you see the fact that it's county, city, lien, tax modification?
Yes.
That's the lien amount. That's the that's the estimated value. I try to never go by off of the number off of first glance. I don't want to be fooled like that, but these are the specific liens. So these are the liens in that community that we just saw, that we just scanned over. It's in this neighborhood. So 619 Kimberly Lane. Let's see. I don't like doing liens that have a lot of liens without doing the proper research. This is a townhouse, residential. Okay, so they were willing to spin around this range. So my price, I would try to get it under 350, but the comps look good. Let's see if they put this on the MLS. Yes, they do. Okay, Siri DeVry. Okay, it's been. Okay, no, that's in 2018. Hold on. That was in 2018. It was sold, so I guess she got it. Then she is behind 3,200 in liens. I don't know if this is an old listing. Matter of fact, let's look at the details. Let's look at the mortgage. This is the loan, recording date, loan type, the lender, Fifth Third Bank, 170 months, loan due date, January 1st, 2035. Estimated loan payment, 2 G's a month. Paid in cash, warranty deed, arm length resale. Contact them. Send them a couple more deals in this neighborhood. Hold on, let me write this down. I'm gonna skip trace this number, see if I can find it, or if they're on LinkedIn. Oh, their phone number right there. Ooh, this is perfect. Send them deals. I'm gonna send them some deals. So I knocked 2 birds with 1 stone. Druid Assets LLC. Skip trace. Send them deals. Plus offer a proposition to send deals. Offer a proposition to send deals. Skip trace. So I literally found them easily. So 404 60010. So let me get back to the neighborhood. Okay. So I found me a potential cash buyer and analyzed the loan. So I did a 2-for-1 deal. So I knocked 2 birds with a big ass rock. So let's look at the comps in the neighborhood. Let's look at the lien. If there's any updating on the lien first. $3,200 tax period max, 1230 delinquent tax, county tax lien. Okay. So 571. Let's see what the investors got it for. 7 fix and flip comps in the neighborhood. Okay, so they get it for 467 and they flip it for 658. Okay, so their gross profit is 200,000 per flip. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we're hearing you fine, brother.
Okay, so pretty much this is the purchase amount. This is their entry price, and this is their range of how much they sell it for. So this is all on 619 Kimberly Lane. So I'm going to skip trace this whole neighborhood. I'm going to contact Drude Assets LLC and offer a proposition on, I can be able to present to you discounted properties, and you can just at least look at them. I can send you the contracts, and we can be able to see if we can be able to at least strike a partnership in these zip codes. And if they say, nah, we're not interested, pretty much have the proposition of whenever you are ready, we can be able to send you contracts, and we can have it where you can be able to get a good entry price. And also I'll psychoanalyze his deals where if he got it for a higher entry price somewhere else, because you can actually find the linked properties using this website. You can actually find people's portfolios linked, and you can pretty much say, well, you got it for this price. Well, I wouldn't do that off the top. That would actually be on some Minority Report, but I would just try to do the subtle of what the investors got it for and how much they flipped it. Pretty much use these comps. So I'm going to save these comps and literally give it to Drude Assets LLC to be able to at least justify my cost, justify the price, justify the neighborhood. So these are all the prices, but the problem is I think they're a little too wide.
So real deal. When am I going to recruit you as an insurance broker on my team? Because what you just showed me, I'm going to take your screen down real quick and share a screen from mine. Take your time. Don't worry. Keep doing what you're doing.
Okay.
But I want to show a screen that I have real quick because this is why I love what I do. So I just did an illustration here from Winflex. Now, generally, I show. Give me 1 second. Generally, I show one company that I represent, which is my favorite, because of affordability. It's generally affordable for most people, which is Emeritus. There you go. But what I'm going to show you now is an illustration. I just did this one I just put new baby and put him born in 2019. But this is from Prudential. So as you'll see, it's a basic illustration. There's my info. There's my New York State license number. And it's a high face. As you can see, I only deal with high face amounts, which is already saying, please be noticed, this is a high face amount. But I want to show you an amortization schedule. Okay. So I'm going to start here. I'm trying to get to a specific page here, which is the cash value. Okay. So now there's something that's different here. Now, the other reason I like Emeritus is they actually have a higher interest rate. This one is a 4.18% interest rate, whereas Emeritus currently has a 6.2% compound interest rate on the same S&P 500. So this is an investment grade life insurance policy. Now, remember I told you about that amortization schedule where, it shows how much you're paying and how much you have available. Now, this is for someone who's, born at age 0. Now, you're paying $100,000 a year into this policy, right? Now, over the course of 10 years, you've paid $1,001,000 into this policy. Now, you'll see a few different boxes here. You see this. Let me increase this because it's probably hard to see. where it says guaranteed results based on 100% account at 0% and maximum charges, right? So this is if everybody who had a policy with Prudential died at the same time and put in a claim. Now you see $100,000 initially is only getting a $2 million death benefit for that child, but it goes up because by the time they're 10 and you put $1 million in, they've got a $15 million death benefit. That's on the guaranteed side. So that's worst case scenario if everybody dies. That's not going to happen. So you see here where it says non-guaranteed results based on the plus 100 account, 4.18% and current charges. So this is as of the prime rate, which changes every Wednesday. You see, that's why I call myself the all-star advisor. I go deep into it. Your regular advisor don't even know what a lot of this stuff means. So again, you only got that $2 million death benefit. You've put $101,000 into it the first year. You have $93,000 of contract fund money, which is cash accumulation value, which means that's what you have to borrow against. So if we do the math, that first year you put $101,000 in, 101,000, minus your cash accumulation value, or what you have liquid to borrow against, so minus $93,499. So you have that to borrow against. So technically you spent $7,500 that year to make sure that God forbid something happens, you get $2 million. Right?
Okay.
Now, let's flip that because we see what is called the surrender value. And that's what you really want to look at. See, what a lot of agents are taught is, oh, buy term and invest the rest. Cash value is bad because they want to look at just the accumulation value, which is what you're made to borrow against. But see, when I'm looking at investment grade life insurance, you're not looking to die. You're looking to accumulate wealth and live. So, again, that's why most people will tell you it's X amount of dollars a month. When you're sitting down with me, I'm going to tell you how much it is for the whole year, the first year, and then I'm going to jump right to 10 years because I'm assuming you're keeping this and you're looking at the long term. So if we look here at, again, 10 years, you've paid, and again, this is a child, you've paid $1,001,000 into this policy. However, your contract fund, meaning the money that you are able to borrow against, is $1,095,057. So if we go 1,000,000 minus 1,095,057. This is something saving minus debt does all the time and says people have problems looking at negative numbers. So if you look at that, you spent over the course of 10 years, you paid out of your pocket $1,001,000, but you actually paid negative $94,057 because you have that to borrow against. Plus, your death benefit is now $18 million. Now, I want you to look here in this center, which is your surrender value. That's your cash out value. So that's where you say, look, I don't want the policy anymore. Give me all of the money I've accumulated back. So in 10 years, you spent $1,001,000, but if you cash out, you'll get $1,084,960. Is that not an $83,916 come up? Now, you'll see here these numbers, which says surrender value IRR, which is internal rate of return. It tells you your first year you're at negative 30%. Your second year you're at negative 11%. Your third year you're at negative 5%. Let's see, where do you start getting an interest? And about year 6, you start to gain 0.24% surrender value interest. But then at the end of the day, by year 10, you're growing at 1.46%. Now, your tax equivalent, because remember, you're paying taxes. So at the tax equivalent, you're at 2.03%. Now, remember, your death benefit also increased. So when you're talking about your death benefit, internal rate of return, your rate of return is at 51.09%. And the tax equivalent, meaning the tax savings, you've saved yourself nearly 71% or grew your money nearly 71%. Find me an investment that beats that. I'll put $10,000 of it right now. You can't. That's why I'm so confident to say that. Because there will never be an investment that beats 70% growth.
That's
Now,
true.
let's go to 20 years, because when you're looking at investing, you're looking at a 20-year time horizon. That's usually the average time frame of investing. So, again, this is someone that was born, because you can get life insurance on someone as soon as they're 15 days old. The reason you have to wait till 15 days is because of something called SIDS, sudden infant death syndrome. Oh, we got some folks coming on to the chat. Hold on. Let me let the people up. Give me 1 second here. Why is my computer doing this? Let me see something. I'm trying to add them. Why is it won't let me add them? Why is it doing this? Add them to the stream, damn it. Give me 1 second here. I'm having technical difficulties with this laptop here. How do I go down? Let me see something. Let me remove this for a second. Nope, that didn't do it. How did I do this? There we go. There we go. Salute, Complex.
Yeah,
So,
you said 10K. You'd put 10K down.
For the policy?
No, you said 10K as a
Better
bet.
investment.
Oh yeah. So,
No, you say you'll put 10K down to prove that you can't find a better investment.
oh yeah.
I'll add 20 onto that.
Oh geez.
If you catch my drift.
Yeah. So he's down to put 30K up
now, right?
if you
So,
find an
we in the
investment that
house?
beats this.
What's going on, Complex?
What's going on, y'all? How y'all doing?
All right. So anybody find an investment that beats this, y'all got 30K right now.
Yeah, between me and him.
But nobody's gonna get the 30K because they won't find an investment that beats this. So let's look at the 20-year point, right? So now your kid is 20 years old. I'm sorry, right? So again, we're not gonna look at the first column because that isn't stand true. This column here, this is your cash borrow against value. $2.63 million. You only paid $2,001,000 over the course of 20 years, but you've accumulated $633,164 more. Put that in a money market account. See if you'll get $630,000 worth of accumulation. Oh, also now your cash out value has equaled your borrow against value. So if you cash out, you tell them, look, I over the course of 20 years gave you $2,001,000. They're going to give you back $2.63 million. So you came up $630,000. And your death benefit, should God forbid your kid have died, well, in year 1, you only paid for $2 million worth of life insurance. In year 20, if they die, you get $30 million. Right? And again, it's a 30% internal rate of return. So it's just going to keep ballooning. Now, you can even set this up on what's called a limited pay. I have clients who will want a whole life policy, but they don't want the hassle of paying in perpetuity. So if you get an all-star advisor like myself, I can actually set it up so you only pay for 10 years, and after 10 years, you're done paying, and the cash value still goes. Or after 20 years, you're done paying, and the cash value still grows. Okay? Now, it may be a little more expensive over that course of that 10 years because you're only paying for 10 years. But does this make sense to everyone?
Yes, and I actually have a question for you, Alonzo.
Yes.
Would you say like a method of like this being a more like achievable investment vehicle is to utilize, say, like a secondary income for the sole purposes, right? So something that's making you some side money. Let's just say it's bringing in, $500 to $1,500 a month or something like that, And depending on your policy breakdown, I mean, dude, that's how you like can still move with like say like your regular income, but something that you build on the side for the sole purposes of paying into something like this, right?
Yes.
Because sometimes people think that, you know, this is just sort of like doing all this like an albatross on your own personal income. But then, you know, how many people sit there and also say, well, I have a side hustle.
Right.
Or am I off here? Or am I off here, you guys?
No, you're absolutely accurate.
You're accurate, man. Because I got clients that be doing the same thing. Same thing, complex.
Now let's look at our ages. Let's look at, because I'm almost 40. So let's look here. At age 40, you know, you put $4 million in, right? But if you cancel the policy, you get $7.6 million back. Is that a $3 million come up?
Sounds like it.
That's some great leverage. That's some great leverage.
Now, of course, it's, you know, over the course of 40 years. But,
should I wait?
Yeah. Again, find me an investment where you leave it for 40 years and you guarantee, because this becomes a contract. Once you sign it, it's a contract. And so remember what I said, amortization schedule. So just like an amortization schedule, it's literally telling you, you do this here, this equals this here. So this becomes a contract and it's in black and white. There's no what if. The only what if is if you don't put your money in there. That's the variable. Yeah. Okay.
They adjust actuaries what? How often do they adjust actuaries?
Every 2 years.
Like, yeah. For this very reason right here, right? Like for the contract structure, how they have to account for all the amortization, right? And the one factor, right, that makes the numbers work is you paying. That's why I was like, if it's something where you have something on the side that literally just pays in monthly, like automatically out of some separate account that you set up, like a set it and forget it type of thing.
Yep.
Like, let it do what this dude is saying. It'll do it over the course of like 10 years and shit, you know?
Says, is this the compounding whole life policy? So it's not called a compound. It is compounding interest, but it's not just a whole life policy. This is an indexed universal life. So indexed universal life is attached to the S&P 500. Quick tip, actually, there is a company called Lincoln Financial Group. I also represent them. And they have just partnered with Fidelity. Fidelity decided to create an entire separate index solely for their hybrid life policy. So I'm going to pull up something called the Bowley report for you guys, because there was a question last time I pulled it up about what was the hybrid account. So give me 1 second. Let me stop this screen. Real deal. While I'm going to go pull up my email. I'm going to add your stuff back to the stream because these numbers are all in the same. Let me just take this comment. That's when blacks attack capitalism. I sit back and just marvel at their complaining. Who doesn't love this kind of math, right? When you see the things that you can make happen, like I said, I have clients who have set up policies where they're paying for a limited amount of time. Fidelity is decent. Whatever you guys do, take your money away from Morgan Stanley. I don't like that company. Like I said, my mother-in-law, who you guys seen on my Instagram, me, my wife, my mother-in-law, and my aunt. Well, my aunt and my mother-in-law both used to work at Morgan Stanley, and Morgan Stanley abuses the hell out of the black women that work for them. They also underpay them, and they fire them very fast for no apparent reason. So, I don't like Morgan Stanley.
Sheesh. Okay.
Yeah. Listen, what they did to my mother. Yeah. Yeah. I'm like,
tell us how you really feel, Alonzo.
Bro. Yo,
tell how you really feel.
What they did to my mother-in-law, yo, if I could, I would do some street stuff to these guys. Like, I'm like, yo, bro.
The views
And
expressed on the Alonzo Hall All-Star Advisor channel.
It's funny.
yeah, no, but listen, because for example, like I said, her 401k, bro, she worked at Morgan Stanley for 30 years. Why the fuck did her 401k get demolished to 100 grand? Now, that was her smallest retirement account. She only gave me one. They gave her severance and a few other things, but she only gave me one of her accounts. And people were like, oh, your mother-in-law really likes you because in order for her to, she might trust you with the daughter, but to trust you with her money is a whole nother story.
Well, wait, did they like lay her off or fire her before like
They forced her into retirement because they kept overloading her with work that wasn't hers.
Early retirement? Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know they could
forced her
even
to
do that.
retire early.
That's some wild shit. I didn't even know they can do forced retirement.
It was highly illegal. That's why they had a nice severance for her.
Oh,
Because I was like, oh, hell no.
I mean, isn't that similar to like some of the other companies that would offer people like early retirements or something, or in lieu of a layoff, for example?
Yeah.
Something like that. I remember that being prevalent like in the mid 2000s and stuff.
Yeah, they were, well, see,
Early
what
mid
they
2000s,
were
a lot of
kind of
companies were doing
hinting
that.
towards retirement to her. So they didn't quite offer her early retirement because, like you said, in the early 2000s, they were doing that and got in trouble.
Right.
So they were kind of hinting at, wow, man, aren't you tired? And then they'd pile more work on her.
Aren't you tired?
aren't you tired? The fuck?
And then pile more work on her. You
I
sure
want
you
to do
want to
seller
take the day
financing
off?
on this.
Here's some more work.
Yeah. How about another layer of facetiousness? Like he has like a bottle of orange juice. He goes, "Aren't you tired?"
Aren't you tired?
Okay, that was completely fucking corny. I get it.
I want to do seller financing on this property.
Okay.
Now, how would you structure seller financing, man? That's always been a question that I always forget to tell you. How would you structure seller financing like this situation?
Seller financing, you can do that on a napkin as long as the seller is willing to take payments for however long of whatever. That's between you and the seller.
Because I would structure. Do you structure down payment, no money down, or you just get the rent, the rented tenant from Airbnb or VRBO, and pretty much let the cash flow cycle?
Nah, I'd recommend a down payment.
Okay.
Yeah, you want to do a down payment. Just because there's skin in the game, right? If I'm just paying a monthly rent, that's going to be way too long.
Okay, they want to do it for $545.
Yeah. Jobs are to be used to accumulate disposable income you can invest for yourself so you can have as much financial freedom as you can get. Jobs are given and can be taken away. Ain't that the truth?
Yes, it can.
Well,
I
like
fired somebody last week.
I like to be. I was going to say I like to be in the position where I'm given the jobs.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, exactly. You could fire somebody.
Position I'm in.
Nice.
Yeah, same here.
But I want to be able to be giving the jobs because right now, and we should actually. I want to talk about this probably at another point. But we need to talk about the difference between, especially in the Black community, we often confuse self-employeds with entrepreneurs. I am absolutely not an entrepreneur. I am self-employed. Yes, it's entrepreneurial, but I am not. I repeat, I am not an entrepreneur. I am self-employed. There are two different. I own my job. An entrepreneur owns a system that creates jobs. So that's one of the major differences between an entrepreneur and a self-employed. Where the hell is my wife? I'm supposed to be going to see Venom. She done went shopping with her mother again. Black Beauty, I'm blaming this on you. I'm blaming this on the Black Beauty because the Black Beauty, I told her I wanted to be in a position where I could just send my wife shopping.
Whenever you got what you asked for.
I guess I got what I asked for, huh?
Yeah, you got what you asked for.
You say that because it's well, I don't know if it's a new term, but self-employed, or people that's entrepreneur, that So that means you're a CEO of your own company, well, company that's growing, correct?
No, I am not the CEO of a company. I am self-employed. So technically, the company is me. But it is not. For example, I don't have to create a business entity, which is also another thing that pisses me off. We have too many LLCs that are unnecessary.
Yeah, you
Uh,
create them if you need them.
yeah, and if you ain't got at least 60K of personal assets, you don't need it unless you're doing like health and beauty or real estate. Everybody who's getting like real deal, if you have an LLC, that makes sense. But an LLC, literally limited liability, right? And
Yeah.
boom. See, yeah, you could be a sole prop. You don't need to
Well,
be an
I'm gonna
LLC.
go through. I'm gonna go through you. That's why the team is gonna go through you when it comes to you creating our buy and sell agreement and profit sharing agreement as well. So we're gonna
Not a
go through
problem.
you.
Not a problem. We'll definitely and make sure. Let me know what states those. We'll figure that out as well. But let me know what states those are because I gotta get. I want to make sure I'm properly licensed in each state.
Well, New
Um,
Jersey, Pennsylvania, those two specifically, Maryland, Georgia, Florida, and we got a couple of people that's registered in Arizona. We got people in Texas, but we need people from Tennessee and more people that's in the Houston area.
okay, so I have Texas, I have Georgia, I have Florida. I don't have DC. I do have Virginia. I don't have PA or New Jersey. I was gonna get PA, but the client fell off the earth. So
Damn.
generally, I don't get the license until the client signs the document. Then I'll go
All right.
pay the fee.
Yeah.
All right, no problem. So me and my team, we already got your number. We're gonna work that out. Where we're gonna have a round table talking with you.
Yeah, definitely. Salute,
Okay.
Gyogami. I haven't seen the brother in a while. Now I'm gonna bring you down real quick to bring up my screen. Give
No
me
problem.
1 second, just because this is gonna match with again a lot of what you're talking about. But I want to share this because this was talking about fidelity as well. So as you see here, this is from Bank of America National Association. And this is their Schedule RCF for their other assets, right? You'll see it was last updated 6/30/2019. Or I'm sorry, that was the report date, but it was last updated, I'm sorry, 8/2/2019. Now, these are dollar amounts in thousands. And again, this is from Bank of America National Association. This is basically their report to the IRS. Now, if you'll see here, it says equity because your stockbroker doesn't mind telling you not to look at life insurance as an investment. And the reason they say that is because they happen to know, or your financial advisor, I'm sorry, stockbroker is what we call them on Wall Street because that's what they actually are, and financial advisors is what I actually am. But your financial advisor will tell you against that, and they'll just tell you to get line 4, which is equity investments without readily determinable fair values, aka investments in the stock market. Now, if you'll notice, it says dollar amounts in thousands, and there's no comma here. So they put $6.114 billion into the stock market. This is Bank of America. Now, if you'll notice, they have general account life insurance assets. What does that say? $2.9 billion, right? But then separate account life insurance assets, $19.4 billion. So 19 and 3 is what? 21? $22 billion? They put $22 billion into the cash value life insurance, but $6 billion into the stock market. And they have us clamoring for the stock market. See how much sense that makes?
Yes,
That's
sir.
why I said go find an investment that will beat life insurance. We'll put 30 grand into it right now. You won't find one because the banks are telling you that. This is why I speak what I speak with, like Black Beauty said, the confidence that I speak it with. Now let's take a look here because that's just one bank. And again, this is public information. What's this? This is Citibank. Oh, well, they also have $5 billion, almost $6 billion in the stock market. Well, they're about the same with the cash value life insurance, right? About $6 billion into cash value life insurance. So you might think, well, see, that's two banks. One is even, one vastly outnumbered. So let's go down. And again, you can actually, you see here, text 3459 to brokerage receivable. And you can get this. And, you know, it includes Federal Reserve stock, Federal Home Loan Bank stock, and Bankers Bank stock. So let's look at a really big bank, JP Morgan Chase Bank. Now, remember Morgan Stanley that I was talking about?
Yep.
Well,
Yeah,
you know
you
this
don't
guy,
like them.
JP Morgan?
Don't fuck with that.
Well, JP Morgan happens to be the grandfather of Henry Sturgis Morgan, who's the motherfucker who created Morgan Stanley.
Morgan Stanley.
And see how nepotism works? His grandfather has Chase Bank. He said, okay, granddad, you left me boatloads of money. Now I'm going to buy create Morgan Stanley, who Morgan Stanley, Smith Barney, Dean Witter. Oh, also Morgan Stanley recently bought E-Trade. And if anybody has any dealings with TD Ameritrade, you should know that they've recently been bought by Charles Schwab.
You know, I left them.
I'm sorry.
I was so tired of TD.
You don't like TD Ameritrade?
I was so tired of TD Ameritrade, man. They did some really, really stupid shit when it comes to the pink sheets and the OTCs. And requiring everybody getting verified when a lot of them got verified, man.
You got to understand, pink sheets are very dangerous, bro.
But that's true. That's true. Could I add big winners like ILUS? I've been promoting that shit on my channel for 7 months. It blew up from 5 cents to like 52 cents.
Okay.
So I did fixed dollar cost averaging that whole time. So I don't know, man. You know, when it comes to that, I agree. You know, that's why I always tell people, you know, do your own due diligence, do your own research, go get your ass on Yahoo Finance, go on TradingView, and, you know, look at some momentum and look at what the margin spreads of doing at least a covered call on some of the big plays that you do. I do it on bank stocks as well. Bank stocks is actually what I do my covered calls and do option plays on.
Okay. We'll talk about that shortly.
Okay.
So I would it's
go ahead.
It's fund related, but it's not even related to anything like bank stock or anything like that, but maritime funds. Because you know, Lonzo, you and I have been talking a whole lot about supply chain and logistics.
Yes, we have.
Oh yeah. We talk about Taiwan semiconductors all the time on my channel. I told people about TSM and also look at the other cybersecurity.
Well, there's the companies that are involved, right? But then there's the funds, right, that actually drive the actual container movements of like the ships and vessels and stuff, right? I don't know if you know about like the logjam off of the coast of California right now. There's like 60 container ships moored off the side.
Yeah, man. What are they trying to do with that, man?
This is all what I'm telling you about, man. Like, look, that's a whole other, and I'm saying there's like maritime funds, and there's a lot of gaming going on that side. Like you had like one ship a couple months back wedged in the Suez Canal, and then go and look at what it did to the logistics markets. Yeah. So I'm saying, dude, like, okay, you got funds that we're talking the same concepts, but then I'm telling you about like a whole other like financial sector that literally nobody knows about. And the only reason why I know about it and I talked to Alonzo about it is because it's in the same venue. It's just in it deals with what I do.
Okay.
But it's all the same shit. So I would start looking. I'm trying to remember this one. This guy made a play back in March of 2020. He kind of predicted, I don't know how he did this, but he kind of predicted the logistics logjam, and he hedged. Man, you got to see what his fucking fund has done in the last year. Holy shit! I think he shot up 80%. Yeah, I was gonna say it's something stupid, bro. It's something stupid.
Because the biotech companies last year was winning like 450%. That's actually how I found out about Kathy Wood, because of her big boom but she got crashed off the huge sell-off of the biotechs in 2021 on the top of the year.
Mm-hmm. Yep, because we're going to there's this whole chip crunch thing. There's this whole quad angle that's being kind of created to form against China right now, right? To start spurring on chip production elsewhere, right? To compete against them. And so this is where you're starting to see those swings in the markets, right? Stuff's moving over to Taiwan, other places. You got companies pulling out, and like there's all these market swings, dude. Like Evergrande. Like look at how that even hit the global markets, man.
Yeah.
The whole Evergrande crash. Yeah, but
Don't go too deep in on them now. We
my bad.
remember
That game is supposed to be so complex. What you doing?
Yeah,
I mean,
man.
we're over
We gotta
here
put
with
that behind the
Alonzo doing all
paywall.
this. I mean, I don't know.
What you doing?
Okay, sorry.
We gotta put it behind
Complex.
the paywall. Complex.
Complex giving out too much information. Too much information.
Sorry.
Too much good
My
game, man.
My man could easily charge a couple $1,000 though. That's really smart.
No. By the way, I am not a financial advisor, so don't take anything that I just said as a recommendation for you to go do something with your money. Please consult with a certified financial planner on CFP.org. I got to give you guys the brain trust disclaimer when we talk about this shit. Okay.
And speaking of CFP, ironically enough, CFP has been sending me stuff like crazy, trying to get me to go apply for my CFP. But I don't have a collegiate degree, so first I have to get. I really don't want certain FINRA licenses because I just don't want the headache, which is why I don't have my Series 7 or my Series 6. But I have decided, and that's why I am calling myself the All-Star Advisor. I'm gonna go grab my SIE and do my Series 65, so I can be an RIA, which is a registered investment advisor, so that I can start charging folks for me to do this. I mean, I already do, but I can charge more.
With me, I do joint ventures. I do joint ventures with everybody, so we get the joint venture agreement written in some memorandums, but I really try to at least see what the tech field is doing so I can be able to better prepare for my cybersecurity stocks. You know, I got to make sure that I buy some more Cloudflare. When the markets do rise up tomorrow.
Let's move away
buy
from
me
the
some more
market
Chinese
side and start moving into derivatives and commodities.
Okay.
Because instead of buying Tropicana, let's buy orange juice or oranges. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yes.
Right?
So
because
are you talking like futures and stuff?
Yes, futures and commodities, brother.
Futures market.
That's why I'm going for my Series 3 and 4.
No problem.
Yeah, and I don't mean BMW.
A rudimentary form of that. You know, wait, what'd you say?
I said that's why I'm going for my Series 3 and 4, and I don't mean BMW.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
I know you thought that, bro.
I know. I was thinking bikes, but I'm sorry.
No. I'm talking about Series 3 license.
No, when you said the BMW.
No, I know.
Yeah.
Damn, homie.
That's stuff behind the scenes, y'all. Don't worry about that.
That was some inside shit.
But so, here we are with Morgan Chase Bank, $6.1 billion into equity investments without readily determinable fair values. And their general account life assets, $6.1 billion, so exactly the same. Oh, but then they put another $5.3 billion. So just $11 billion into cash value life insurance versus the stock market. Now, here's the special thing I want to show y'all, because we keep seeing this line C, and everybody has zero on their line C. They're hybrid life insurance accounts. So last time I got asked about what a hybrid life insurance account was, and at the time I didn't know. Luckily, that's why I'm the All-Star Advisor, and I'm happy I finally got someone to ask me a question that I didn't know the answer to. I don't mean to sound like a pompous asshole, but I am a know-it-all. And so, I
Very
finally got
thin line between the two.
very thin line, very true. But I found out what hybrid account life insurance assets are due to a shift in the industry. One we already talked about, complex, which was the private equity firms that are owning your life insurance companies.
Yep.
But so what is a hybrid account life insurance? So hybrid account is a life insurance policy that also contains a long-term care policy in it. So a lot of companies, ironically enough, Lincoln Financial Group is huge on this, is adding long-term care into your life policy so that when you reach it, because they realize that people are reaching certain ages and they don't have long-term care. And here's the problem. Love my mother-in-law to death, but she ain't coming to live with us when she's, in the next few years or whatever, if she gets sick or can't live on her own. I'm not taking care of you. So you're going to have to pay for a living facility, which means long-term care insurance. The average cost of a long-term care facility on the low end, meaning the one that most black families' auntie and uncle is in, is $19,500 per year. Ironically enough, the same amount you can contribute to your IRA. But the average on a private room is about $104,000. And I know my mother-in-law, she's going to be spending $104,000 a year if she's in a nursing facility. Like I said, I just had to fight. This woman has shoe boxes from the floor to the ceiling because she takes the stance that I take as far as financial professionals go, which is, if you're going to buy 4 pairs of Jordans a month, stop doing that. Buy 3 pairs of Jordans a month and invest that 4th pair of Jordans into a financial vehicle so that you can afford to buy 3 pairs of Jordans a month for the rest of your life. My mother-in-law has literally shoe boxes piled up in her house that are taller than me. And she lives in a brownstone in Brooklyn. So these are, 20-foot ceilings. And they are literally, well, maybe not 20 foot, but definitely at least, 11-foot ceilings. And from the floor to the ground, from the floor to the ceiling, there are shoe boxes. And I mean like maybe 15 feet worth of shoe boxes. Because she did stuff like put money aside. But the hybrid life insurance is a separate account that will give you, she says my ounce is down, that will give you that finance. So definitely, y'all, you want to get long-term care too, because you don't want to be in that position where, hey, my kids ain't trying to take, I'm not trying, I love you, but I hope them DKNY sneak that 1, 2, 3. She bought about 13 pairs of DKNY sneakers yesterday. Because we were in the store and she was like, oh, these are cute. Oh, these are cute. And they're the exact same shoe, but they're a different color. Oh, these are cute. And they're the exact same color, but they're a different pattern. Oh, these are cute. And I was just like, oh my God. And she bought about literally 13 pairs of shoes yesterday. This is a woman who's retired. But my father-in-law also works at Columbia University, and he makes sure that the bills are paid, and the money she makes, she gets to spend on whatever the F she wants. On some manhood shit. Because he runs that house. So his dinner's cooked every day. Even though she had a job, his dinner's cooked every day. When he comes in, his plate is in the microwave. Now, there might be a pile of trash because we both have the same rule in our house. My wife don't touch the trash. If I'm not home for a week, that trash is going to be piled over and falling out of that trash can. Because I told her don't touch the trash. That's my job. Now, when it comes to things like the dishes, we'll share that responsibility. She cooks, so I'll wash the dishes. Why not? We're working as a team. But so I'm going to stop sharing this. Real deal. I'm going to bring your screen back up.
Okay. Okay, hold on.
Yep.
Complex, do you want to look at a market? I can analyze some deals in your market or a surrounding market.
I mean, if you want to look up some maritime stuff, I'm gonna be listening in just to like hear what you guys have to say about it. I'm doing some kitchen cleaning right now, but I'm listening in, and I'll kind of chime in.
No, I'm more like a city, like
Oh.
city state market. Because
with
me, I do real estate.
We can look up like California, Los Angeles County.
Okay, LA County.
Damn, that expensive ass real estate.
Well, yeah, may as well, right?
Well, I got Arizona investors that will buy in LA County, but they got to be in a certain price range. The fucked up part about it is, 500, 600,000 is the start off. So I'm gonna find some deals and.
Bro, if they ain't gonna buy in New York, they definitely ain't buying in Cali.
Well, these are like buyer-specific cash buyers. These people are like Arizona, Tempe, Flagstaff, shit like that.
Oh yeah. Actually, the West Coast buyers I seem to see have bigger balls.
I used to live in Tempe for a while.
Yeah, hot flicks and flip market. The whole state of Arizona is pretty much open gangway when it comes to these hedge funds. Okay. 5,300 foreclosures, 200 in auction, 542
you and Dago, huh?
Over. Yeah, man, look at that. Look at that nice area, man. Matter of fact, let's look at the satellite. Let's look at the full satellite map. And zoom in because these markets is hot. All Los that is getting fixed and flipped heavy. But the museum, the art museum, they want the museum area. They want mid-city.
You're boring a little bit, bro.
Damn.
All right, you're good.
All right, what about now? Okay. 2126 Chickasaw Ave. Okay, so they got 345,000 loan balance, 600,000 equity. Let me look at the liens. Then filter it down with the vacants to narrow it down and get some cold callers in this bitch. I'm gonna get a whole bunch of cold callers, plus some more Facebook ads, people to target these neighborhoods. Probably $50 a day.
Are you checking out Los Angeles right now?
Real quick, did anybody?
Well, I'm nationwide. So the
Black America. Did anybody hear about this $6 billion that's being given to Afghan refugees by Papa Joe?
Yeah.
So they get $6 billion. What did Black America get? I'm just thinking, we got a holiday, right? We got Juneteenth.
Yay.
I'm not mad at them getting their stuff, but come on, Black America. We got like I said, man, we got dudes in these spaces dry dicking, and
oh wow,
and we can't get sick, I don't know, man.
And then after you check LA County, I got another county I want you to check out in California.
For sure.
I think we may see like some
written all that down.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, 64 West 76. This is a tax lien, so they're definitely motivated. They might be in denial because when I do call up on the phone, a lot of them say, I don't have any liens. Then when I pretty much say that, foreclosure is like literally around the corner, and I can help them with cash offer, they pretty much cave in. Then that's pretty much where hedge fund, they get people to like do their investigation on the property, do the inspection, do what they need to do. So this is the location. So this is a vacant property. This is a vacant. What it says vacant. So from the mailing, it states that it's vacant for the mailing system. So this is $1 million neighborhood. Only 9 comps. That's too small. 30 days on the market. That's actually attractive. Oh no, these are international buyers. Okay, so they got it from 2018. 112,000. So I'll try to see if I can work my way up to 945. 95. When it comes to this, I'm gonna write down this address and contact the cash buyer. And if y'all want to know the cash buyer, he's a very open guy. It's Visionary Development LLC. He's a cash buyer. Visionary Development LLC. I hope you guys can hear me. Visionary Development LLC. He's a cash buyer. So if you have deals in the Bay Area, if you have deals in Arizona, he'll deal with it. Georgia, Northern Alabama, and Southern Tennessee. So that is a cash buyer for you guys. So that's West. Okay.
They should be paying you for that info.
Well, I already do join it for everybody. Everybody on the channel, if I don't fix their credit, it's literally because we've talked before. Complex. He pretty much told me that I should create my channel based on credit, and he was right. He was fucking right. Okay, so the Los Angeles Department of Building and Safety. That's the creditor's name. Debtor. What kind of name is that? I don't even know how to say that on the phone. Lance F. Bulk.
Fallance
Burkhalter.
Mr. Burkhalter. Mr. Philance Burkhalter. I'm here calling for Philance Burkhalter. Yes, I'm pretty much an investor in the neighborhood. I wouldn't say necessarily investor as a wholesaler, but I would say an investor in the neighborhood. My cash offer, at his quick closing, we can be able to close within 14 days. Hedge funds still close in 14. With Arizona fix and flippers, it's going to take around 21 days. I want to see what's in this neighborhood. Let me copy and paste this. 64 West. 64.
Real deal, drop your email in the chat. Somebody wants to speak with you.
Oh, okay. I'll drop my email again. Okay. Let me do it. Okay, sold for $1 million.
Hey, do you do expireds? Do you look at expireds?
Yes, that's actually the best. That's actually the most motivated, to be honest.
Plus, I was going to say that.
It's in the price range. If it's good in the price range, it's actually the best for the hedge fund. The hedge fund wants somebody to raise their hand, and they can actually do 100% ARV, and they're willing to go above asking price by 50%. So they can literally cash out deals. One thing you would pretty much need to do was pretty much get an amicable interest of the property. It pretty much is in good standing when it comes to scenario law. Now outside of Atlanta, Georgia, good. But if you're in Atlanta, Georgia, get yourself a good title company with transactional funds and do some good assignments. Do some correct assignments. And the transactional company I use, one is in Atlanta. It's Kenny Rushing. Good dude.
You might have to drop down and come back up with Morgan Crazy.
Oh wow. Hold on. Damn, right when I was doing something good too. Hold on.
There you go.
Yeah, now we can hear you. I
Okay,
was
am I
wondering if
working
that was
now?
me. I mean, we could hear you,
Now you're
but
good.
it's cutting, but we could hear you. But I thought that was me. Okay. All right. So I'm not the only one.
Damn man, my bad. But y'all can see the overhead. I didn't mean to do that. But this is just the overhead of neighborhoods. Now the fun ones neighborhoods look like this. You see everything is all manicured and mowed like this. They want to see houses like this. They don't want to deal with anything with big acreages and big ass lands like that. They want something
Hey,
pretty
is it doing
much.
it again?
Road
I think it's doing
is
it again, bro.
very
Yeah, it's doing it again. Hey, real deal. Do you know about
no.
subject financing?
Yes. Yes,
Okay.
we are gonna have my man Ben on the channel, and he's part of the hedge funds. Actually, he's actually the connect. So we're gonna talk about that. So let me refresh and come back in. Hold on.
No problem. While I'm at that, let's see. We got Coffee. I would love for you to do a string on people who want to separate their business credit from their personal credit. That's fairly easy, man. Realistically, if man, you can build up your business credit real easy. So you do your sole prop, you get a DNB number, Dun and Bradstreet, and you string back with your buddies. Let me put the hold on. You string back with your buddies and you make small payments. So
Yeah,
I buy a pack
you
of
invoice
cigarettes.
each other.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
invoice each
invoice
other.
each other and report it.
And then bam.
Boom.
Easy way to build fast business credit.
Super,
Yeah,
super
man.
easy. You need to get. You should be getting paid for this one. So.
I know. I will. What will happen is people will start coming and doing consults.
Okay. Can you see me? Well,
Hmm.
can you see my screen? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So my bad, John. I know I'd be fucking up. I know I'd be straight smooth fucking up. I know. Okay. So let me get this situated correctly. So 6064 West. So this is in the LA district. So let's get a street view so we can see what's around this neighborhood. Bingo. Okay, it's a little blurry. Things remind me of Proud Family episodes, man. Houses all had that same block
Proud
appeal. That
family.
is beautiful. That is beautiful, man. The West Coast has beautiful views, man.
Hey, what's the address on this one?
Okay, this one is 6064 West 76.
That's in LA, 76th Street.
Yeah, I
What's the
know I'm
city?
supposed to give a crossing street. I know all
Yeah,
LA
LA.
people.
No, is the city Los Angeles though? What's the city?
It's specifically Los Angeles.
Okay,
So
all right.
you can literally do
So
it's
that's I know
900.
where
I
that
think
is.
it's
Yeah.
okay. Okay,
You'd be like, what you doing pulling
964
up on
zip
my
code.
house? Nah.
No.
Oh shit.
No.
Damn. On accident. That is funny as fuck. Motherfucker just looking at a deal to get a good spread on. But this neighborhood looks this has curb appeal, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
It does.
That's why I was wondering
This
where.
has
There's a
so
bunch
much
of
curb
76
appeal.
streets. There's a bunch of them. So I was
I
wondering
know.
where specifically that one is.
Matter of fact, let's click on the map.
Yeah. I can tell you
70,
exactly what's.
7680 South Sepulveda Boulevard, sir.
Oh, okay. So that's over on the west side. That's over near. Yeah. Okay. On Sepulveda.
Oh
That's
shit,
like the
Sepulveda Boulevard.
that's on Sepulveda. Okay, so Sepulveda is like one of the main north-south roads that runs all the way through Los Angeles. So that's over there, literally by literally like a large junction in LA. So if you're off of Sepulveda or anywhere near that, there's a lot going on over there. The freeways are there, the shopping, all of that.
That's lit.
Okay, so this is the nearest area, and let's go back to this block neighborhood. Let's go to the block neighborhood. I wrote down and I saved the comps in this block. $1 million price value for a home here.
And mind you, these are single family homes.
Yep, 1 million. So the assignment fee with the hedge fund can be around 80,000.
Mm-hmm.
Just imagine stacking a couple of these, just finding the vacant homes, and you can do that with the tool that you guys been seeing me surfing around on. So you can find to see if this is vacant, or I would do Facebook ads with my team. This whole next week, we're gonna run Facebook ads, cold calling, inbound,
Hey,
outbound.
Hey, I'm going to step away for a second. One other county I want you to check out that I think you might find of interest: Kern, Kern. That's Kern County is just north of Los Angeles County. So when you go over the Los Angeles Crest Mountains, you're in Kern County.
Okay, no problem. I actually know that area. Crest Mountains.
Okay, I'm gonna be listening in, you guys. I'll be right back.
No doubt.
Any Arizona markets?
I'm not sure yet, but I know he did say that Kern left.
Okay, no problem. We'll do Kern. I like this neighborhood. I like how the garage on this one.
That's a nice house.
Damn, let me scroll right here. Okay.
Yeah. That's a nice garage, I should say. I don't even know the rest of the house. Garage.
That's a nice house garage. That's set up right here, 1 million. And look at the views, man. You can see all of those big tall buildings from here. You got nice trees. The fucked up part about with LA is uncontrollable crime
and fires.
Forest fires, uncontrollable crime. You got wannabe rappers pretty much doing Airbnbs in a lot of these nice neighborhoods, and people get shot up thinking it's lil whoop diddy whoop. And it's just a family of 4, just minding their damn business, ain't trying to have no problems with this, but it's still a nice
whoop.
Yeah, man, that's why I call him now. And I'm in the age demographic of all of these rappers being glorified too, and I don't even see the appeal. But this neighborhood right here is definitely a go when it comes to when I talk to my man Ben, and I will have Ben on the channel. So all the people that have the big highbrow questions, they can come in. They can talk to Ben on the link as well. It's going to be open panel, so Ben is going to talk about what he does, dispositions, and connecting the hedge funds together. So he has 31 hedge funds.
Okay.
About 250 cash buyers that are big level. They buy from Arizona. A lot of the people, if I show them a deal like in this neighborhood, like right here, in this neighborhood ranging that we're going across the street, they're pretty much going to be interested. They say the range would be, if it has an ARV of $1 million, try to beat down the price to $875, $925, $935.
That's too damn expensive if it has an ARV of $1 million.
But they're wanting to do 100%. And only why they say beat down on the price is to make a good spread for you getting involved in it.
Yeah. This is LA County, Black Beauty. And Rael was asking, what tool are you using that you referred to?
That is PropStream. I use a whole variety of tools. So that one tool that is good is PropStream.
Okay.
PropStream. So I put it on the chat. PropStream.
Okay.
So
thank you for that.
Literally, So literally you can use PropStream and plus use Google Maps to pretty much see, okay, you like the neighborhood, write it down then, right? Because the address updates on top, as you can see. So I'm gonna
Right.
copy and paste this address, go on PropStream, and give you guys a quick little mini tutorial. So you can see on comps, progression, you saw the visual of the neighborhood, so it's not like it's just a number on some statistic robot type shit. You can literally look at the visual of the neighborhood, and it's in around this surrounding neighborhood right here. So all of these is around each other. So this is $1 million neighborhood, 1.1. The comps is 1 million. So let me get on the big board. Hold on.
And the biz, brother. And thanks for coming up. Thanks for everyone like in the chat, in the playback. Make sure you hit that like, drop a comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you're made aware every time I release new content. And as always, share, share, share. Lastly, if you'd like to contribute to channel growth, my information is in the description. All right, you can continue, bro.
Okay. So let me get on. I like to call the big board when it's like a big ass map, where it's at the main screen so everybody can see how the website layout is. So this is PropStream. You could save your properties. You could put it on a list for your cold callers, and they also have a skip tracing ability that they have where you can do it inside the app. Hold on. So it's West 76th Street, Lost. Damn. Fuck, am I doing all no? Plus and chill. Let's go. Kern County. I need to figure out a specific city in Kern County. Roseman. Roseman is in Kern County, so I'll do Roseman next. Okay, we got all those houses being rode up. 13 pre-foreclosures, 5 auctions, 10 bank owns, 600 cash buyers, 100 lanes. Damn. 140 base. Okay. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to look for the vacant. Wow, that house go for 1.4. I wonder how much was these prices in the 90s. I wonder if I can get 90s historical data that comes to these properties. I probably can because it's a public record. But we could beat them up on this price easily. This duplex, we can do it where we can offer them this price, $935,000 a year. We can offer $935,000. That's the starter price. Then work our way up. Assign it. That'd be a big assignment. Can you hear me? Yeah. That's my sound.
Yeah, you're good. You were borging a little bit, but you're good.
Okay.
I'm just letting you go ahead and do your thing,
like
bro.
I
I
said,
don't mind.
935 to 1.1. If we can get the A contract in that range, around that range period, Visionary Development LLC is willing to rock with us as a cash buyer that's actively going for this area. Now, let me look at so they're an investment company as well. Let's see how much properties they own. Let's look at the properties their portfolio. Okay, 156 West Lawson Ave. Okay, they got 7 properties. Estimated value $8.8 million. Equity value $7.6 million. Estimated value $7.62 million. Damn, what is going on? It's like I'm frozen or something. Hold on. We got 16 comps. Okay, so the investors get it for 1.1 and they flip it for 1.7. Whoa. Let me write this neighborhood down again. Let me write it down with a full plan. Because if I could get it for $975,000 and assign it for 1.1, shit. I could buy my 4 houses. I could buy to California. So I could buy to California and just keep my ass in Vegas if I do want to do it West Coast. But this is a good neighborhood for fixing flips. So we need widen the tight range. So let me get January 2021. This needs to hold up still. Okay. 25th. Let me reset this bad boy. Okay. Okay. Did I gauge it right? Yeah, did I gauge it right? Minimum 6. Okay. Okay. Okay, so let me write this neighborhood down. That range 975, 1.173. And the comps 1.73 mil. And I need to find liens in the neighborhood because I need to find liens in the neighborhood to find anybody motivated, see if there's any divorces in the surrounding neighborhoods, and try to see if I can be able to provide some cash offer opportunities. So our vacancy is 45, 126 liens. So let me save these comps. Oh, let me save this. Okay. So this is pretty much what I'm gonna do for my cold callers. They're gonna call these people.
Yeah, the cold calling is the fun part of this field.
Damn, man. I swear I hate this. I hate StreamYards, man. I break up, I say a point, an analogy that I want people to understand and grasp on how to do it, and fuck
it
around,
freezes.
and the shit is, it freezes. It freezes. Like, it misses the point. People don't understand the continuity on what the hell I just mean, then that just opens up criticism and saying that, oh no, you're supposed to say this. I did say it. I'm frozen.
It froze.
It is what it is.
I may start doing these with my Zoom. Actually, I need to. I forgot to promote. Everyone listening live and in the playback. October 29th, I am having another Brunch and Wealth. I'll start putting this stuff out there. I'd appreciate a lot of people showing up. Ra'el was actually at my very first Brunch and Wealth. Ra'el and Sheed were both at my very first Brunch and Wealth. And they actually came back to some panels on the Manosphere and was like, what the fuck? Like, Alonzo brought y'all the real estate agent, the mortgage broker, the closing attorney, and an insurance broker. Basically, he brought you everything that you need to get a house but the house. And two people showed up. So he was highly upset about that.
Shame.
So I'm going to put it out there now just to let folks know, and I'll start blasting it everywhere.
Shame. Shame. Shame.
Shame.
Shame. Y'all
Absolute
talk about
shame.
empowerment, and when we got people that can literally get you the keys to the door, you ain't there.
Oh, you froze your computer.
But I hate how people don't take advantage of those opportunities when it's need be, because I literally see everything as of a window of opportunity, because I don't know, January is going to be a rude awakening for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Rude awakening for a lot of people. And this is where I come in, man. This is where my strategy come in. This is where, or people create their own strategies to be able to get some cold callers in and also get some active leads.
Yeah.
That's warm, because the inbound with Facebook ads, it's warm because they're interested. They come to me.
Yeah.
Cold calling, it's interesting because, you're going to get a lot of personalities. You're going to get a lot of extreme in my blowback. You get a lot of people that say, how do you get this phone number?
Yeah.
How do you know me? Do we know each other?
Said the white man and his racism is holding us back. He's silly. That's a good one.
We don't want niggas to read.
The white man. It's about the white man holding us back.
Protect the shrimp.
Yeah.
I'm actually having gumbo tonight, so I'm gonna treat myself. So we gonna have some good gumbo. Me and Juliana, we about to have some good gumbo.
Ain't nothing wrong with that, bro.
With all this shrimp. So
I definitely had me some good gumbo.
I should have called her and got some fucking hot sauce. That's what I should have did.
Yeah. Now, that's a good question. So, are you a name brand hot sauce or you an off name brand hot sauce? I know that has nothing to do with finance, but hey, I'm still a black man and I'm still a man in America.
Rooster. I'm a red rooster. When it comes to the collard greens and the mustard greens, I'm a red rooster. So I picked the hot sauce that matches the greens.
Ooh,
so
okay.
Yes,
red rooster.
Yes.
It's 3 hours into the stream. How long are you gonna be streaming?
I didn't even realize I was going for 3 hours.
Maybe you should cut this short, because you're gonna have to put book smart certain streams to let people go back, because we don't want nobody discouraged.
Yeah, that's true.
Now my channel for certain streams that I go over 90 minutes on the average. Some I will put timestamps, but not everything. But I'm telling most people, you're doing content, you're gonna start doing that.
Okay.
For us, people get the opportunity to play back or not. Once people see 3 or more hours, 9/10 of the time, and it's talking about this type of stuff, then I can go back to that. So the best you can do to give them the opportunity, to give them the chance to say, all right, I'll make it easy for you, so you don't have to go through 3 hours. I will timestamp certain subjects, and then you could go and watch it. Click. That's it. And for that, I can't help you, because you don't do streams every day. You only do streams once in a while besides the uploads. So if you're going to do anything beyond 90 minutes, you're going to have to start timestamping, especially dealing with finance.
Gonna do that. Actually, my stomach is kicking me. And speaking about that gumbo, but before I go, I do want to let you. So my wife is a Louisiana hot sauce lady, but I'm a Texas Pete guy.
Yo, that is funny.
Tapatio over here, fam.
I
Tapatio.
fucks with Tapatio.
Yes, sir.
See, I do Tapatio on my
Tapatio
burrito.
is good on the fish.
Yep.
Fish and burritos.
Tapatio, man. Yeah, I do it on catfish.
Yes.
I do Tapatio. I do it, man. Look, Tapatio on everything, bro.
See, I put Tapatio on my burrito.
Shit, that'll work.
Oh, this is interesting. This federal tax lien right here is interesting. This person owes $162,000 in federal taxes. This is motivated. Matter of fact, I'm gonna call this person probably straight as Monday. Get that shit on Monday. 73. 63
Alonzo, I have a
West.
quick suggestion. I just want to ask a question before you wrap up, okay?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh no, I'll do it after Real Deal's doing his thing right here. I'm talking about before you end the stream.
I'm about to end in like the next 2 minutes.
Okay.
God damn.
Go ahead, bro. Hey, go ahead, bro. Finish up. Finish up.
Nah, man, but damn, I'm gonna have to send Complex some of these deals. I got your email, so I'll send you some of this so you can stay informed. But right here, this is a scenario where the comps say 1.3. I'll try to beat him up on a price for 991 million, 1.1 to the cash buyer, and give him a good entry. Because this is the lien amount, 162,000. The loan is 888,000. So yeah, it would be 1 million, 1.1. Comps is 1.3. Takes 92 days to get out the market. 22 comps. But yeah, man, go ahead, Complex.
I was gonna say, dude, perhaps for a future discussion, maybe what we can also talk about is doing like crowdsource based capital raising. Mm-hmm. Yeah, through platforms like Start Engine and stuff like that. Okay. Right? And we're talking about utilizing this as a I guess you could say a direct access platform to invest in things like new manufacturing that's going to be going on here in the U.S. You know what's going on? What just happened, Alonzo?
Yeah.
You know, we have a manufacturing plant in Northridge, California, and it's kind of like we're in a prime position to start doing a lot of interesting stuff out of there in terms of the micromobility EV sector and potentially even cars. So,
oh shit, okay.
Yeah, dude. Well, that was one of the first projects, dude, like 7 years ago, dude. We collaborated on, me and Tim. So, yeah. So what we're looking at here is literally using it as a base to, like, say, do production for like other, like basically to serve as like an OEM manufacturer, right? Oh, similar to what the Chinese do, man.
Okay.
Like all these.
Hold on, don't give up too much game.
Oh shit.
Damn, you giving him the good game, bro. Slow down.
Shit. Okay.
We gotta put that behind the paywall.
Yeah.
Okay, they're in Arizona. Hold on, they're in Arizona. They're in Lake Haven. Not Lake Haven.
Lake Havasu.
Lake Havasu. Havasu. Let me write that down.
Yeah, Havasu.
Lake Havasu. So this is motivated. This is an out-of-state person.
Bro, once you get these LA deals or these New York deals, you won't go to Middle America anymore.
Shut up.
No, I promise you. I promise you. I still want the money. Hey, somebody back me up. Tell him that Black Beauty, tell him once he gets these New York and Complex, once he gets these LA deals, he's going to be like, Middle America, what?
Oh, this is a nice neighborhood.
See?
Look, there's so many, dude, look. Yeah, I was going to say, you can check out, let me see, because I used to live in Arizona for some time, dude. My mom's from there. You can check out Peoria. Dude, Tempe, Scottsdale, especially. There's North Phoenix. North Phoenix has got some real good stuff over there. Where else? Where else even?
More.
Okay. Fuck. I hope this isn't some paywall stuff. So for real deal for you. One of the reasons
Yes,
why
sir.
the Arizona market is really hot right now is because Lucid, the electric car manufacturer, I was telling Alonzo about this. So they just set up a $2 billion manufacturing plant there, right? And what they do is they have a supply chain that runs from Casa Grande, where the factory set up, down to Sonora, Mexico, just right over the border, where they're getting components manufactured. And they're headquartered in California, so they have like a very good supply chain in a corridor that runs right from California to Arizona and Mexico. And so, dude, the Saudis is backing this, and they dumped a shit ton of money into Arizona.
Yeah, man, I'm invested in the stock, man. I told people about all the EV stocks, charging point when it
Just
comes
giving you
to
the heads
the
up on what.
infrastructure.
Yeah, I'm trying to give you the head.
That's
We were
great.
predicting this. We actually, if on the brain trust, you type
So
in
you can put the name of that stock in the private chat.
it's
CHPT.
Lucid.
Well,
I'm
I have
sorry.
CHPT and Lucid. Sorry about that.
And Lucid.
It's
Okay.
LCID.
LCID, yeah.
Yeah.
Big Truck Series was
like-
talking about that, KS.
Huh?
Yeah,
That's because it got my
was
list.
about that.
That's because it
They
got
did
my
a
list.
video on
Damn
this
it! You need to give me credit.
Oh wow. Well, you know what? Alonzo was telling me that, and I pointed him to a live stream I did maybe like about 6 or 7 months ago, where I broke down the whole Lucid corridor between California and Arizona, and I broke the whole shit down, dude. I did that on the Brain Trust like months ago.
Yes. And shout out to
But
the
I'm
Black
in the
Brain
EV sector.
Trust.
This is what we do, so you know, hey.
Yeah. Shout out to the Black Brain Trust, because that's where we found a bunch of these powerful black men, and these conversations like this are going to continue to happen. Gentlemen, we are part of the Portfolio Bros, because even if you do or don't want to be a passport bro, either way, the way to live comfortably is to have a substantial portfolio, as evidenced by people like Reigning Woman and A Black Beauty, who, you know, as I mentioned in my debate, the women ain't taking 40-year-old dudes dressed like Soulja Boy serious. So, you know, we gotta kind of, ain't nothing wrong with, listen, I'm a low head, you know what I'm saying? I wear my Calvin Klein, we could do that. But if we're looking like 16-year-olds, the world ain't taking us serious.
I mean, there's refined low, and then there's your low. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. So, all right, fellas, let's get some closing remarks. I'm gonna go ahead and start with actually let's start with Chaos.
You still there?
Chaos, you still there? I think he fell off. All right. Real deal, anything you got to say?
Matter of fact, let me get off this screen.
Yeah,
I got Arizona to research.
I'll remove this for you, so you don't have to worry about nobody seeing your stuff.
Okay, so respect to everybody. If anybody wants to get in contact with me, creditbuilder475@gmail.com, creditbuilder475@gmail.com when it comes to credit, and also helping when it comes to certain real estate deals. We can do a JV contract agreement, and we can be able to usher in some deals in your market. I need more realtors, people with realtor connections. I need people that have connections when it comes to certain pocket listings as well. And they can be the representative. They can get the 6%. They can get the whole 6%. They'd be my representative.
Oh, really? The full 6%? Okay.
You get the full 6. Full 6. So that's why, Lonzo, we need to talk more. So I sent you the payment. That payment went through, right?
Yeah, that went through.
Okay. I'm just making sure.
That's why you got the Zoom link. And that's why you got the Zoom link, brother.
Hate doing stupid ass payments. But all right, man. Respect to you, man. Complex. It's a pleasure.
No doubt. All right. Chaos, you there? All right, I think he's done. So go ahead, Complex. Oh, you there, Chaos? Okay. Any?
No. Let Complex go. Let Complex go because I was here up early.
Okay. Go ahead, Complex.
You doing last words?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry, man. I'm breathing hard. I'm over here vacuuming the floor. And you know me, man. Single dad. Got to do what I got to do.
Exactly.
Don't stop. Hey, man. Hey, I appreciate this build. Very much in the spirit of what the Brain Trust is all about. Just letting everybody know we didn't go nowhere. Um, we're about this message that Alonzo's pushing. So I'm glad I could have been I could be a part of this conversation today. I'll be a part of more in the future. Alonzo's a trusted advisor of mine, even, so I want to give him my own personal stamp of approval. And hey, bro, I appreciate you for having me on.
No doubt, brother. Anytime.
Take it.
Thank you.
Now, in closing, I'm not a person to advocate Black people what they do, and the reason why, because Black people are doing things that they aren't supposed to do or should be doing. I tell people many times, in this life, it's not going to get easy for you as a Black person here in America, in the West. So the best thing you could do for any protection is to better yourself by putting yourself in position to information that will help grow whatever you're trying to do. I mean, if you look at the average medium, and me and Mr. Z are going to talk about this later tonight on the Con Show, and we're going to lay it out on the reality of Americans, not just Black people, Americans. A lot of Americans not doing good in this country because they are now reversing back and creating what we call the upper, or what they call the top and lower class again. And if people know about history, there was no such thing as middle. Middle was a created entity throughout history. So for you as a person, you're not going to do any poor or better in this country, but you have the capability to always to take the opportunity to see what can I get out for my bang, for my buck, my dollar bill. That should be your focus. I mean, if we look at 30 grand, 40 grand, 50 grand, it's some money, but that's not a lot in this deflated economy. As you know, corporations are very much protected. They're so protected, the government backs them. And like everything, they look into their best interest for their bottom line. And you, the consumer, is going to be that bottom line where you're going to keep feeling their greed and keep filling their pockets while leaving you penniless. So the best approach in life is try to keep as much money and diversify as best as possible so you don't go penniless or broke in the society. Now, I'm not saying it's going to be easy. Now, in life, nothing is really easy. But you're going to have to do a little work. And as a Black man, like other Black men, I look at Black men, we know what it is. If we do not do what we need to do, there's only homelessness for us. So that's why I don't beat on Black men on the direction what they do, because we know what it is. The society doesn't give a fuck about us. This is straight up simple. So all we do is we got to protect ourselves and protect other brothers like yourself so that we don't all go broke completely. And that's going to take work. It's going to take a certain re-engineer of your mind and how you view yourself and view other brothers like yourself to make that happen. Because other groups of men, regardless they have issues, they come together and make it happen. Black man is going to take you as a man to do that. Either or, like I said, you think you're doing good now, you're not really doing good at all. Regardless, numbers tell you otherwise. Men organize, work together, produce, and it recycles. If you're mad, if you think you're going to alpha your way a lot of things by yourself, good luck. But I'm telling you now, like in a forest or in some type of wilderness where you're just a cub of wolves, the wolves operate in a pack and they raid and one with their fangs and their blood lust ready to eat you alive. So don't move and operate as an individual, as a Black man. Get your mind right. Compromise. Work with other Black men if possible. And make it work. Because you, with your little money, it's good, but it's not enough. And men, at the end, work to keeps. And they're going to keep playing the game to get from you and keep all the money for themselves. Keep that in mind. That's all I'm going to say.
No doubt. And thank you, KS. And make sure you put your channel in the chat. I believe I wrenched you up.
Let me find the channel. Let me find it.
Yep. And so, ladies and gentlemen, as we wind down, like I said, as you saw in my debate, advocated for American black women to divest, even if that's non-American black men. And we have to realize that non-American black men are seen as black men across the planet, and we're all seen the same across the planet globally. There are a few countries like Germany that take us in and actually appreciate us. But overall, we're in this fight on our own. And when we realize that, we can come together. And then once we have an even playing field, you can split up like the small hats. Okay? The small hats have an even playing field. Some of them like each other, some of them don't. But when it comes to business, they put that to the side to do business. So other than that, like I always say, wipe ass, work in progress every day and see success. Wipe ass, work in progress every day and see success. Wipe ass, work in progress every day and see success. Salute to all of the people who are watching live or on the playback. And lastly, but not least, actually, before I go there, ladies and gentlemen, if you've liked the content, make sure you hit that like, drop a comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you're made aware every time I release new content. And as always, share, share, share. Lastly, if you'd like to contribute to channel growth, my information is in the description. And lastly, when people challenge you, they don't challenge you to challenge you, but they challenge you to challenge you. Accept the challenge.